allowed to play off. Puts the shot away. It's just another super goal.
I cannot believe what I have just seen.
Welcome back, everybody. Pitchside. England have won this one, 22 points to 6.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the greatest of comebacks.
Callum Deliver. Godfrey, Callum, got Godfrey. It's Stephen Godfrey. He's at the goal. That's in goal. Stephen Godfrey.
Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs. Winners of 2018.
Well done, boys. Let's give it up. Go on, lads.
Hello and welcome to a dry, if slightly chilly, K2 in Crawley for the finals of the Sussex Independent School Diamond League 2021 edition. Looking forward to having a lot of you watching along today and seeing some great athletics. Lots of records to be broken. We've had many set this year already, and hopefully the conditions today, no wind really at all, should really help our competitors. A big welcome to Hurst, Seaford, Lancing, Ardingly, Burgess Hill, Mayfield, Worth, Beeds and Eastbourne, all competing out today. Just to explain what's happened so far with the Diamond League, we've had 2 meets this season, slightly shorter than usual because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but we are here and we are competing. So every time a competitor has won an event, they get 16 points. Those events then count towards this finals day where the medals get taken home. So I'll try and... my name's Nick Chadwell, I've probably introduced myself. Nick Chadwell, I work at Hurst and I'm here commentating today, hopefully, so you don't have to just listen to me, with some guest commentators from other schools, including some athletes, so that should be quite good. We've got lots of track and field here today. We'll probably see, hopefully, all of the track events, but we'll get out to the field this year and see a few more of our competitors, which is what we want to see. So if you've got grandparents at home who are wanting to watch, just tell them to head over to the Sussex Independent School Diamond League website, so SISDL.com, and they can have a watch of all of the different events. We are going to be starting in a couple of minutes' time with the hurdles. I can probably see there's a couple of people starting to warm up there. We can see senior boys. We've got the first, the brother and sister pair there of the Daniels from Hurst, hoping to compete. So we'll see lots of hurdles to begin with, and I think a couple of the field events are starting as well. So the field events we've got going on at the moment, we've got junior girls high jump, junior boys triple, inter boys long jump, inter girls discus, senior girls shot, and senior boys javelin. So you can see there, it looks like we've got the javelin already started. So let's have a look. Let's see what's going on with the javelin here. Who currently is in a position to take home the medals? So we've got senior boys javelin. Let's have a look. Bear with me while I just scroll through all of this. So currently, Tom Sunray, that is a fantastic name. We could do a bit more of Sunrays today from Tom Sunray from Seaford, currently leading with 32 points. He's won both of the events so far with a distance of 36.83 in the first meet, a long way ahead. We've got a Hurst competitor here, Sam Hardy. Good start there. I would be able to tell you the measurements, but I don't know. It's a long way, longer than I could throw it. So Sam, so far this season, he scored 12 points in the first meet. Wasn't able to compete the second time around, but 33.97 saw him come third in the first meet. Finn White from Hurst as well there. So again, just to explain how the age groups work, this is the under 20 boys at the moment, which is basically the upper 6th and lower 6th, so year 13 and year 12. Let's just watch Finn. Good speed in. You can see the Hurst staff having to sprint out there and do that. I would not want to be on that. I get to sit in a nice, slightly chilly, but sit on a seat for the whole day, but running around is going to be a bit of a challenge. So as I said there, currently in the lead on the under 20 boys is Tom Sunray. It's actually a Seaford 1-2. We've got Sam Spivey from Seaford as well. He is currently on 24 points. And then in third place, Tom Bellinger from Worth on 16 points. So I think we might have our first hurdles race about to start. So just to explain, we're going to start hopefully with the under 20 boys. It will depend on, obviously, not all competitors can compete week in, week out. So I have a feeling that in this first race could potentially be Ronan running on his own. Bit of long jump there. It's a great in the air there from that Seaford competitor. And I can tell you that Ronan is competing against himself just for a time in the hurdles. If we can pick him up sort of halfway down the run up. So Ronan was already leading the under 20 boys there. And that's our first result of the day. So we go with the junior boys triple. It's been hotly competitive recently, the junior boy triple jump. We've seen a lot of really good competitors, usually the event that I would be on helping with rather than up here talking to you guys. But yeah, in the triple jump, at the moment, I can tell you that Tom Alexander from Seaford is leading with 30 points. There's Tom there. You can actually see him in the Seaford top, surrounded by the Hurst competitors. But yeah, so Tom's done fantastically well. And then coming on screen now, Archie Williams from Seaford as well, who again is currently in second place. So it looks like they're just warming up. And some Ollie from Ardingly here. He's done fantastically well as well so far in the inter boys, or the under 7. I probably call it under 17s. You know, use the correct terms. So yeah. Ollie's been competing well. He's currently placed in 5th place in the overall standings, so hopefully we'd like to see him move up. Not more from the under 20 boys Javelin then. Oh, a bit of a false start there. Practice. No foul there because he didn't cross the line, but he's just preparing himself ready to go. So I'm trying to see who this is. I presume this might be Tom from Worth. A little bit of a slip there, looked like a foul. So he'll get 3 throws there, so it's not too much a problem if he does go slightly wrong. It's a bit slippery out there. It has rained. It's currently quite nice though. It's currently quite dry. So hopefully we shouldn't have too much of that today. But yeah, we know Tom is a good chucker. Here we go. I'm being flung around here by my director. He told me he was going to do this, and I'm now just like working out what's what. So you can see here we've got junior girls high jumps. The competitor from Burgess Hill there having a go at that. So a little bit of time on the track here while they just move the hurdles, just move them around a little bit. So depending on the age group and the boys and girls, we have different lengths of the race and obviously different heights of the hurdles as well. Great clearance there on the junior girls high jump. That's probably practice. A dramatic landing into the long jump as well from the Worth competitor there. But great to see. What's really fantastic about this Diamond League is the way the points are scored. You get some students who aren't able to compete every week for lots of different reasons. We watch Freddie Hawes here from Hurst on the Javelin. Bit of a flatter trajectory there from Freddie. He's stepped over the line there deliberately. I think he's just calling that a foul. Maybe the previous one was a bit further. Another good clearance in the junior girls high jump. Looks like they're just warming up here at the moment and then getting ready to move on to the main event. Let's have a look at the standings in the junior girls high jump then, just before we get into our next race on track. So I can tell you, currently leading is Anna Fox from Hurst. She came second in the first meet and first in the second meet. So she's on 30 points currently. Just behind her is Julia Farr from Burgess Hill, who is on 24 points. So in this competition today, there could be some real points changes. So it's 16 for first, 14, 12, 10, all the way down. The better one from Freddie there. And lucky just to receive a competitor there. We'll keep an eye on this inter-boys long jump because there are some really good athletes in there for the moment. So I can tell you in that inter-boys long jump at the moment, we've got Daniel from Worth, who is currently on 28 points, and Guy from Seaford, who's currently on 26 points. So we could actually see if they can have a first and second place there with Guy taking first, Daniel taking second. We could actually see a draw overall. I think we should be coming up towards another hurdles race. I think they're just warming up, ready to go, and then we'll be ready to go through it. More of the junior girls high jump here. Another really good clearance there. I think the sound of the whistle that you hear there is going to be the start of the next hurdles race. So I think we'll probably try and get that covered now on the hurdles. So here we go then. We're going to be watching the inter-boys. You're not seeing double. That is Ronan Daniel again from Hurst. He's running the seniors and the inters. A good start from Ronan. Just the two competitors here. Ronan using that advantage of his height. They're about knee high for him, I think. But great race. Great run from the Worth runner as well. Really strong, powerful race and a good win for Ronan there. I think that will give Ronan enough points there to take home the overall standing. So well done to Ronan. And I am not sure if that was Christian or Zach from Worth, but again, both have competed, both have competed so far and they've done really, really well. So well done to those two in the inter-boys hurdles. First bit of discus for the day for you. Who have we got here? Inter-girls discus. So again, let's have a look at the standings for the inter-girls discus currently. We'll see what's going on. So currently in first place in the Intergirls Discus is Harriet from Burgess Hill. Ali is second, another Burgess Hill. We've currently got Burgess Hill 1, 2, 3. And the best news of the day is that I'm going to welcome in a co-commentator, so I don't have to talk to myself. Bear with me 1 second.
You still got a half foot, I reckon.
Yeah.
10.98. Yeah, you were. Be bold for the next one.
So I'll just welcome John Thompson from Seaford to the mic. Hi John, how are you?
Hi Nick, very well, thank you.
So lots of Seaford athletes here today. Who are ones to watch, do you think?
We've got Jack Wardman, who's already got the Diamond League record in the senior boys shot. He's not far off the English schools qualification. Got two good javelin throwers, Sunray Jealous and Sam Spidey, who've already done their throws today, but I know they're in the top two overall. And we've got a couple of good intermediate boys in the sprinting, Matt Blacklock, and in the junior boys we've got boys winning the triple jump, Alexander, a couple of sprinters, Jaden Cloak and Ben Richardson, who are good.
Nice, so lots of guys there that are going to really challenge for some medals. If not, I can tell. Well, yeah, so Tom and Sam were 1 and 2 already at the moment in the javelin. We've seen a bit of that, so I think they're probably in a good position there.
Yeah, they finished it today. They've all finished the senior boys. Should get.
Okay, and with this side, we're going to do
So I think we're just we'll wait just for the start of the next hurdles race, which I presume should be
I think it's
senior girls. Yeah, so senior girls, if we've got the if they've got some running today. So how are your students enjoying the Diamond Leagues? I think it's a good setup in terms of the way it's run. And
Yeah, it's a great event because it gives you maximum participation. You know, obviously, sometimes you don't have full teams. But, you've got kids that really want to take part. There's an opportunity, and to get a decent stadium like this, it's a good day to have the finals here with the weather not being great. So I think it's a good call by Rob to bring it over here. The kids love it here. It's a good environment for them to get decent times and good competition.
yeah, I agree. It's great to see. Great run there by Kira Daniel and the Burgess Hill competitor there in the senior girls hurdles. That's great to see. Yeah, I agree with you. It's great to have so many competitors from these 9 schools today. We have had a few more along the way when they can come in, but also the way it's scored as well, because especially with COVID and everything, people might miss a meet or something. So the way that if they're winning 2 of the meets, or if they're able to compete at all 3, they're putting themselves in contention for a medal.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives them that opportunity to really go for it. So yeah, we've got lots of potential medalists like probably you have. So yeah, it's really good. We're really enjoying it. It's been it's great to be able to come out and compete again after the year we've had. They've missed a whole season last year, so it's really good having these events. And, there's plenty of space for them to spread out. So it's been a really good venture, and moving on for what we've done in the last few years of it.
Yeah, no, I agree. How have you found sort of the engagement at Seaford? Have the guys sort of got involved with everything you've been doing online and everything like that?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough term, wasn't it? Christmas was, that first, January was okay. I think, they sort of head down and they were engaged, but I think, got to February, it was tough for them. It's a long stretch to March, wasn't it? It was great having them back for only 3 weeks, but at least they were back in school. And yeah, we got a pretty normal summer term, obviously restrictions and bubbles and so forth, but fingers crossed we're moving in the right direction, and obviously next term we hope to have a full rugby season, hockey season, and going forward sport can continue as we knew it before.
That's all fingers crossed for that. We're actually very lucky to have some spectators here today. I think they're looking excited to be here, which is great to see. So have you got any other fixtures lined up for after half term across other sports?
Yeah, we've got a junior one at Charterhouse. We always have that just after half term for our year 9 and 10 boys, and then we've got the county. You can qualify for the county here. There's 2 separate events because of the COVID sort of juniors and inters one weekend and the seniors the next. So we've got our better athletes at that one.
Oh, nice.
It's got a short second half, isn't it? Only 3 weekends. We've got one with Sports Day and Speech Day, we hope, providing things go well in terms of the roadmap, Boris's roadmap, and then we're on holiday. Yeah,
those people will start talking about our long holiday soon. It's good. So what was your event back in the day? What were you?
I was a sprinter, 100 200.
Any good?
Yeah, I went to I obviously did it at school, then I went to county, went to English schools in 1979, back in the day, on the red grass of Worley in the West Midlands. When I was at school it was all red grass and cinders rather, and then I competed at club and then with the university at Cardiff, so I competed at Cardiff, and then I was lucky enough because of the wealth of sprinters there, Colin Jackson and Nigel Walker obviously in the team, and I went to the Commonwealth Games in 1986 in Edinburgh. Of all the venues around the world, it was in Edinburgh, and it rained most of the time, but it was a fantastic experience to go up there and mix with other athletes of other sports. It was great.
Yeah, why did you not get the Gold Coast? It's like qualify for that. Where are we going? Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Yeah.
And next time it's in Sheffield or something.
It was pretty dismal weather in July, and sorry, did you hear what I said before or not?
I think I think everyone heard that. Well, basically, I can't compare with that. I just did a bit of triple jump back in the day, but nothing as good as that. That's great. So we can sort of see here we've got another. Here's a question for you. We've seen the Hers competitor. I think she's struggled a bit with that height there. Technically wise, which do you think of the events is the most difficult to coach, or do you find a challenge at the school?
High jump's always difficult, isn't it? Because you've got the bar, which is for learning high jump. They get worried. Obviously, we use a flexi bar or whatever, and the technique, they do worry about it, and they sort of hover, and as we see there, it becomes a bit of a phobia. So I think it is a technical event. For me, throwing, I wasn't a thrower, I was a sprinter, so I like watching a good discus or javelin throw and shot put, but they are quite technical. You need to know how exactly to do it and have the right levers.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. Sometimes you get sprinters, especially at schoolboy and schoolgirl level, who are actually really good, especially in shot put because it's a fast twitch muscle fibre.
Yeah. again, hurdles is, hurdles are a great event. It's a technical event. You get some people who can just run and jump, but actually when you see a really good hurdler, it's great to see. It's a shame that it's a difficult event to coach at school. You don't always have the hurdles, so as you can see, these finals are 1 and 2s in races rather than the full complement you have in other races. But it's nice to see some having a go.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think we've had a couple competing. If I have a look at sort of the results, we've had quite a few competing across the 3 events. But again, as you say, it's quite technical. And again, there is that element of, I mean, there's that worry, isn't it? If you're doing long jump, you're jumping straight into some sand. But if there is that, what happens if I hit the hurdle? That kind of
thing. If you get your foot trapped under a hurdle, you come down from quite a height at quite a speed. It's not very pleasant.
Exactly. But it's great to see Josh there from Hurst going through. So that's really well done to see them competing. And also as well, I think sometimes you've got to think about obviously the other events they're doing today, because a lot of them will come. Is it Henry in the lower 16?
Yes.
Boyle? So
Henry Boyle, he's doing
so
long and triple. He's in for a shout for a gold or silver if he does a good jump today.
Yeah, he came along and was like, oh, I may as well do the triple because no one else is going to do it. And he's
done quite well.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting to be that good, and then actually he's ended up being pretty good at it.
He started as a hurdler. Actually, he is quite a good hurdler, but he's not got quite the speed between it, and he's got a sore shin, so he's sticking to jumping in a relay. But actually, bless him, he was meant to be going to watch Twickenham today, see a rugby thing with his family, but he wanted to come here and get a chance for medal. So good on him for coming and come to the finals.
That's what we want to hear. But no, it's great to see the sort of Diamond League in its second year. Unlucky not to have it last year for obvious reasons, but I think hopefully it is here to stay, and the kids are really engaging with it. And the idea of breaking the records, I think when they break a record, it seems now that it's been going for quite a long time, it's not new records, but they're really sort of going out to say, what is the record? Can I get it this time?
Yeah. There's some good standards actually, so it's great for them, as you say, for them to aspire to and go for. There's some good records, but there's some there ready to be broken, I'm sure.
So the senior boys, the under 20 boys, 100 metres is 10.78.
Yeah, that is. I don't know when that was.
Twitchy fingers.
Well, I think so. Probably generous timekeeping and a thoroughly fast wind behind them, probably.
Yeah. But I can tell you that the Timmy who holds it from riding light is electric.
Yes,
so,
he is quick. You're right.
But yeah, no, it's great. And I think as well with athletics meets, because the schools are competing against the same people week in, week out, they get to know the competitors, they get to sort of know who they're up against. So that's quite nice.
Yeah.
We're just on to the under 17 girls hurdles now. So let's just see the standings so far.
Certainly 4 in this one, which is good.
So currently we've got Gigi from Worth who's leading the standings. She's won both events so far. Lola from Seaford is in second with 20, and Phoebe from Seaford is on 14 points, tied with Abby from Hurst.
Sadly, Phoebe's not here today.
She's not here.
No.
So let's see. We've got a competitor from Ardingly, one from Burgess Hill, one from Hurst, which is Abby, and can't quite see. I think Mr. May there is marching, just trying to call the ones who are hopefully going to in the chance of the medal, because what you don't want is they're off somewhere else and then they can't compete because they're focusing on throwing a discus.
And what's good in this meet is that we're not too rigid about, if there's a clash of events, we're allowing them to go into their event. Some meetings are so rigid that kids get put off by, I have to say, some officials occasionally in athletics that won't let them come in late to an event, or if they're clashing, they're not allowed to come in, or they can do one jump and they go away and not allowed to come back. But I think this is a whole point of the Diamond League is participation and getting them involved and enjoying their sport, which is what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree. I think when Rob Kiff sort of spoke to the schools about setting it up, I think that was very much it. He's saying there is no limits. You're not sending your A string or just A and B string. You can have 7 athletes if you've got 7 good athletes.
Yeah, which is great, because sometimes you are, with one event you might have 3 or 4 really good athletes, and it's just 2, obviously they're not able to take part, and it's great. That.
So it looks here we've got Gigi from Worth, who has made it 3 from 3. Abby in second there. And then probably Emily from Burgess Hill in third. So it's great to see. Really good run. But again, you can see the difference, isn't it? With someone who is a hurdler by train.
Yeah.
No, it's great to see.
You can be quick between the hurdles, but if you go early, then you take a lot of energy and time going up high over them, and then you lose coming down. But if you can hurdle low, you come through.
This is one of yours.
Yeah, it could be. That's Henry Minola. He's a bit of a find. He's from Germany, has never done real sport, particularly team, because German schools don't do team sports, and he came down, threw a javelin 30 metres, lobbed a shot, and now Patrick coaches our throws, is getting him technically better, and he's actually doing really well in both shot and javelin.
Oh, brilliant.
He's done really well.
And what year group's he in?
He is in year 10, but so he's first year inter, so he's got another year in that age group
Yeah.
to develop.
So that's quite good, is it? Sometimes you get those where you just turn up, you've never done it before.
No, that's right.
And because the skills that you use for a lot of them there's some that's similar but also quite different, so you can find your event and be sort of good at it. Let's look at the inter-boys shot at the moment. We've got Max Arnold, who's at the top he's won both events so far, and he's on 32 points. Jack Lyle from Hurst in second, and then Archie Thomas is in third place from Seaford, and Henry, joint third with Henry from Seaford.
I guess how they do today against each other will determine the medal.
Yeah, and then we've also got Cameron Blake from Seaford.
He's away today. So
is he away? Fine. So yeah, that's the thing. I think, as you've just said there about Henry Ball, like if they're committed to come into all three meets, they get that opportunity to win the points and then go home with the medals at the end of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, Mr. Kift has given himself the challenge of doing every single medal ceremony today.
Good on him. He deserves to do some medal ceremonies. He works very hard, and it's his brainchild, and it's we all need to be grateful to him and contribute as we can and help him.
So we've got some long jump going on here. The long jump's quite interesting because you get, as we said, like quite a few competitors, because there's not that necessarily. I don't want to call it like a fear aspect of it, but it's just something that everyone feels that they can do. So it's great to see. And again, there's in that inter-boys, there's some real good competitors. Daniel from Worth, who's just
he's good.
Very quick, powerful, and good technique in there, which is great.
I don't know who are the medalists in this inter-boys, who are the top three in the inter-boys long jump. I don't know who.
Let's have a look. So currently Daniel is in first place on 28. Guy Greenwood, is he here today?
Yeah, he's here, Guy, yeah.
Oh, nice. So he's currently in second, 2 points behind. So a good result for him today.
Yes. Yeah.
Could mean
he's good. He's a bit inconsistent. He can actually pull out really good jumps, and then he has sometimes a little bit of a mare and doesn't. So see how he does today.
So it's really in looking at the results in the first meet, he jumped 5:55.
Yes, that's right.
Which got him in first place, and Daniel jumped 5:30, and then it almost flipped over for the second meet. So Daniel jumped 5:59, and Guy jumped 5:34.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's an interesting one because I do a lot of the coaching of the long and triple at Hurst. And kids are always like, I just need to get closer to the board. Yeah. And so they end up looking down, they reach out, jump off a straight leg, and then wonder why they didn't jump as far.
Yeah.
And then they jump from 30 centimetres behind the plasticine, and they jump further, and they go, oh, well, I don't know why I did that. But no, but it's one of those ones where you've got to just get them to trust what they're doing, and then they're able to do that well.
Do you get the results sent up here so you know who the medalists are?
No, I think I might ask to...
quite helpful
to see some of them, when they come out. But I might check with that in a second.
I don't know who's calling the medalist to the podium. I don't know if that's done through the announcers, I guess.
Yeah, I might speak to our announcer here today and just ask him to bring a couple out so we know who's winning them. I'm going to leave you on solo for a second. Talk about the weather. This is not a race, by the way. This is the warm-up. But it's nice to see we've got lots of competitors in this one.
Yeah, actually, yesterday was horrific weather. We're lucky to I think if we get a shower, maybe, but it's going to be drier, and at least that wind's gone from yesterday.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were hoping, run with that wind for a long period of time. I think we might be starting to move on to the second round of the field events now. So we've got junior girls javelin going on. This looks to be senior girls discus. Competitor there from Burgess Hill.
Yeah.
And we've got junior boys high jump, inter girls triple, inter boys shot, which has started, and senior boys long jump. So I think we're probably just finishing off with the inter boys, and then we'll be on to seniors. So we look ready to start here in the junior girls hurdles. So currently Lottie Shelton in first place from Hurst in the junior girls. About to start. Abby Crowley's in second place from Seaford. Is Abby in the outside lane?
So it gets quite close this race now.
I think it's going to be two heats, so graded final.
Yeah. Seaford girl coming quickly here on the outside. Oh, very close that one.
We have got the photo finish technology. Can we get a replay on that one maybe? We might be able to see if we get anything on that. I know our wizard's in the truck. I haven't given him any. Here we go. Look, he's good at this. Oh, Jacko. So obviously thank you to CheersMate Productions today, who are doing all our filming and editing and everything like that. So yeah, we can see a really good race.
Yeah, came on quite quickly on the outside. The girl in the middle was certainly winning.
I think it might. I'm going Burgess Hill on the dip.
Yeah, I think Seaford dipped too early. I think. Ooh, don't know.
It's hard to tell that the camera's not. We have got.
No, we're not in line.
We have got the photo finish technology down there with the Hearst staff. Yeah. By that I mean it's an iPad that slows everything down very slowly. It's quite good. It's quite good.
That was close. That was certainly on the dip.
Yeah.
Where they look that dipped first, what part of the body.
So it'll be interesting to see, because obviously we've got, as you can see in this second race here, so it'll be a graded final almost. So they'll only run once. They'll just see the fastest time will get the 16 points. But again, you can see that with these junior girls, there's a lot more competitors taking part with the hurdles there. So I think a lot of them are going, well, we'll have a go at it. And then I think obviously as they get better as athletes and stronger, a bit older, then they change something and they'll go, right, I'm going to focus on my sprinting. I'm going to focus on my discus or something like that. So they'll...
And so one event actually at school like you, we've got a grass track. It's harder to coach because hurdling on grass is particularly easy. You get nothing from it. So I mean, you can do a bit of technical work with them, but they need this sort of surface to get the rhythm.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good technique here. She's good.
Really strong lead leg there, you can see.
That's a good run.
So I think that's another win for Lottie there. So I think she'll take home the gold today, and you'll see them get put straight onto the medal. I'm lucky that I'm surprised they've been sat down. I thought Kitty would get them straight on the medal podium, and then...
I think he's got my two javelin boys there, Sunray and Sam Spivey, going over to get their medals.
Oh, heading over. We might be able to flick over to the podium in a second so we can see them. This will be when you find out who gets in first place. Well, they're looking at it, they're eyeing it up.
It's close actually, because they both won one. They both come second, and I don't know what happened today. I think they were second and third today. I don't think they won. Okay. So it will be interesting.
So I think so. Tom's come first both times.
Yeah.
So I would expect.
Sam, I think, beat him today, but I think Tom probably.
Yeah, he's probably done enough.
Yeah.
Are they similar in terms of sort of PBs and stuff as well?
Yeah,
or?
very similar. I mean, both in the lower six, both very similar. Sam's technically better, but Tom is probably a more freer, more relaxed thrower, so he gets some good throws in. Yeah, it looks like Tom's got the gold.
So we might be able to get them on camera there. Can we be able to get the people on the podium on camera just so we can see them collecting their medals? You can see the... There we go there. So who have we got on the top there?
That's Tom Sunray Jealous on gold and Sam Spivey on silver.
Yeah, they're great to see. I'm not sure who came third, but it may have been someone who's not competing today. So you can see Ronan Daniel there on screen now from Hearst, who is in remove, but he's about 6'8" or whatever, but he's massive.
Good chap, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a tall lad. But yeah, so we've got this will be the inter boys shot put going on. There's Finn Conway there from Hearst. Good throw there. So again, it's interesting to see, going back to that you get a lot of some of the bigger guys who are going to compete in the shot put and the javelin and discus, but there's actually, if you can be quite slight, but again have those fast twitch muscle fibers that allow you to get across the circle quite quickly.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what would you say the most popular events at Seaford when people get out to training? Is it?
Obviously, because of my background, I've always coached the sprints, and so a lot of we do have. And over the years, we've had some very good sprinters. But yeah, long jump, triple jump, sprinting, javelin. I think. I'm ready to go because I need to go to see some of my kids, give them numbers. So I shall thank you, Nick, for your company.
Thank you very much,
I've
John.
enjoyed it, and
yeah, best of luck today, and hopefully some more medals for your guys.
I'll see you later.
Cheers, see you later.
Bye bye.
So thank you there to John from Seaford to come along, and we've got Duncan coming in from Ardingly here. So now I'm going to welcome Duncan Jupp from Ardingly. Duncan, how are you today?
I'm all well, thank you.
So make sure you hold it really close to your lip and then we can hear.
I've got it.
Perfect. Yeah, so who have you got here competing? Who are the star athletes we should be watching out for?
Well, Odd and I, we've got a great a great team here. Boys and girls. We just had Wilbraham and Sop do well. Picked up our first medal for the day for the senior javelin. No, we've got some really keen athletes. Just great to be back out on the track.
Yeah, it's really. I was just saying with John from Seaford about how it's really nice for so many competitors to come, and I think if you're able to compete week in, week out, you obviously score points towards the overall standing. So there may be some people that can only do one of the meets or two of the meets. And if you're able to compete all 3 times, you're up there in chance of medal.
Yes, I think it's a good way of doing it. I think we've certainly got some individual performances that they do have club commitments as well, and trying to fit it all in. But the athletes who can make all 3 or 4 events each season, they got themselves into a great chance.
Yeah, great to see. We've just got the start of the 200 metres now, so we moved on from the hurdles. There's junior girls 200 metres. I can tell you you've got a couple of maybe not in this race, might be a graded one, but I can tell you at the moment in the junior girls 200, Stella from Burgess Hill is 32 points. Katie Foss is in second place with 28 points. And Iris as well is in 24 points. So you've got some runners in this.
Yeah, Katie and Iris, they're doing well. They're from the prep school, so year 8 students. It's great that we can blend in our kids from the prep. They've heard a lot about this Diamond League and they're passionate to get involved. So good luck this afternoon for them.
Yeah, it's really because I think if they were competing at club and stuff, they'd be competing again with the under 15s anyway, wouldn't they? So they'd be competing up. So what we're probably going to have here is a graded, because there'll be a couple running, so we'll have some graded heats and we'll see the overall winner, which is important then for them to not, even if they're winning, not to stop running, because there's obviously a heat just gone before them. Just see on the long jump there, Timmy's just getting ready to warm up and jump out the pit.
Well, it's he loves his athletics. He's such a great kid. I think he gave the long jump a go this time last week, and he just enjoys competing. Big smile on his face. The rest of the school love him, and I think he's just been great ambassador for Sussex Athletics.
Yeah, I agree. I think we were just chatting about his 100-metre time. The record he currently holds for the Diamond League is like 10:84. That's quick.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing considering the tough challenges we've had over the last year or so with not being able to do competitive sport. And to come back, credit to himself, he keeps himself in good shape. He loves his other sports as well, and he's just so positive, and he's great to be around. And I wish him all the best.
So is he year 12 or year 13?
He's year 12.
So he's still got a year to go.
So he's got another year to go.
He'll be breaking records for a long time.
As long as he keeps enjoying it,
yeah,
that's the main thing.
So we've got the second heat there. So who have we got in here for Ardingly?
Okay, we've got Katie and Iris.
By the looks of it, on the in lane 3, I think they're
Iris,
running in is so lane 3 looks like Stella from Burgess Hill, who's won the 2 events so far. But see how they come off the bend. So it looks like Stella from Burgess Hill coming through for her 3rd win, a really good run there, and then.
She's a good athlete.
Yeah,
Stella's a good athlete. We've been watching her for the last few weeks now, and yeah, she's determined.
Yeah,
determined to do well.
Strong one. And who was that who came in second for Ardingly there?
I think it was Katie Foss.
Oh, nice. So I think Katie will go home with the silver, and I think Iris was just picked her 3rd there, but she has got enough points that mean, well, obviously depending on the other heat, but some really good runs that should put them in a really good position going into the final. Tossing up the scores. There's Tabitha Brown there in the javelin for Hurst. Came down a bit too quick on that one. So how's the engagement been with your guys' sport through the lockdowns? Obviously, we're hopefully shouldn't be talking about it now because we're coming out of it, all fingers crossed, but how's it been?
Okay, a lot of schools have had kind of difficult and challenging situations. I think we had a lot of the borders. We had to stay overseas borders. They were fortunate to be able to do some kind of games lesson because everyone was in their bubble. But I think trying to come out of it, everyone's been very cautious, which is totally understandable. But yeah, I think they were just desperate to get out and keep a safe distance. and athletics is certainly shown the way so far.
Yeah, I agree. I think the good thing about athletics is you're not in a very, as we watched Henry Boyle from Seaford there in the senior boys triple. Yeah, you're outside, aren't you? You're not in an enclosed space, and you can have quite a lot of athletes in one area, and with it still being safe and secure.
Absolutely.
So we're into the junior boys 200 metres now. Let's see where the standings are at the moment. So this looks like to be it's a great run from the Eastbourne runner there, and the Worth runner on the inside. Can't quite see the numbers on their chest, which is annoying, but that's a really strong and powerful run, as long as you can keep it going.
It's going to be a strong time, this one.
Yeah. Looks to be Charlie from Worth there. Charlie from Worth. He didn't compete in the first event, so he's currently on 12 points, but did come third in the second meet. So again, like you say, there's that opportunity whether if they've got the those club commitments, they may not be necessarily able to compete at every event, but again, maybe for those people that don't have those sort of opportunities, it's a great opportunity.
It is great, and it just kind of, I think it's just, yeah, it gives those other athletes who have probably not been able to get to the clubs at all, and they rely heavily on their school commitments, and eventually it kind of balances out. But it's just such a good event to do.
We've got a couple of Arding Live jumpers in the senior boys long jump there. So how many athletes have you got here with you today?
We've brought about a squad of about 45 to 47 athletes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few injuries, and obviously there's a few more sport commitments coming out now, so they're just so keen to get out. So I think we certainly encourage. So look, if you want to do a strong event, and stick to it, we respect it. But if you want to do several events, okay, just be respectful all around. It's just go and give it a go.
No, I agree, definitely. So we're into the second heat here. Oscar Mann from Hurst is currently leading on 32 points, and then Jaden Clark from Seaford, who is in second place, and Shrimmy from Ardenley is he racing today?
No, he's not racing today.
Not racing today, fine. So actually the third place could be up for grabs. I think you can see Oscar just holding off Jaden by the looks of it. I think he's going to take it and go home with the gold. So again, Oscar's managed to compete at all three events. I think he doesn't really compete outside of school, so it's a great opportunity for him to come and get these medals. So we've got Timmy here on the long jump. So he's got a great sort of what we call a sail technique, where he gets up in the air. He doesn't necessarily continue to kick his feet too much to the air, but just gets that height,
yes,
and hangs for as long as possible. Is he continuing the long jump even with his sprinting, would you say, or is he just more focusing on the...
I think he loves his 100.
Yeah.
I think 200, he just wants to race even more.
Yeah.
And I think the long jump, if he's feeling good and it works for the meet times, okay, he's prepared to give it a go. It wouldn't surprise him if you see him dashing across
to do the 200.
The 200.
Yeah, he's so yeah, he didn't compete in the first one on the long, but he's 6:52 he jumped in the second meet apparently, which has smashed the competition.
Yeah, and I think there was probably a bit more actually. I think the landing, he leant back a bit in the pit.
Yeah.
So it's but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
We've got also currently in third place in that is Marcus from Ardenley, and then James is just behind him. They're quite close together, so could take each other on.
Yes, I think so.
So as we get onto the intermediate girls 200. Great start by the Ardenley competitor there.
Yes, Nicole, she's been doing well. She's coming to the athletics games program, full of energy, just wants to get out there and compete.
Yeah, I think that's again, like you say, just a lot of people have not been able to do a huge amount and get outside, and then they're really looking to do it. So it looks like a good race here. I think she's going to try and hold on from the Mayfield runner.
Hold on.
She's just got it. I don't think we need to get the photo finish on that one, but yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? You see them really great start going around that bend, and then when you get to the top of there, you realise it's still quite a long way to go.
Yeah, very much so.
But yeah, just looking at the current standings for the into girls 200 metres. So we've got Gigi from Worth, who went away with the hurdles gold earlier in first place. We've got Nkasse from Seaford in second, and Rania from Lancing in third. We've got some people just Lily from Seaford, Charlotte from Ardingly, and Olivia from Seaford just behind them. So again, it's a real opportunity for people to get home with some medals today, which is great to see. It's interesting, as we were just talking about with the hurdles earlier, you don't see many competing in hurdles. It's a very technical event, whereas it's great to see when you get into 200, 100, more and more competing.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the hurdles it is a technical event, and it's the confidence has to go with it as well. But when you get at the hundreds and the 200s, they're always keen. Oh, can I have a go? Can I have a go? Yeah, go and give it your best, and don't worry about the others. Okay, if you can improve, okay, and most of the time you do, okay, then that's a fantastic feeling. Okay, and this is what it's about. These events is people improving.
Yeah, definitely. We've got to see Gigi in the middle there from Worth, currently leading the standings. Really good race with her and the Seaford runner and Casse. Actually not. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so great run by Gigi there. Yeah, going back to that, I think the real good thing about that is that individual ability to basically, if you play a game of football, if you play a game of rugby, hockey, whatever you are, we'll just stop as we watch Timmy there in the long jump.
Let's hope he can get close to the board this time.
Yeah, he's leant back a little bit there, but right shoulder I think is going to hit it. It's that being able to hold your body shape in the air is so important, as we watch Henry Ball from Seaford. So again, when we're coaching the long and triple at Hurst, we talk to them about trying to break the sand with their heels as opposed to like just landing feet first, but they're conscious, they don't want to fall on their bum or anything like that. And you can see as you get more confident and better as a long and triple jumper, they're really landing and they're getting themselves round. So it's just being able to manipulate your body in the air is really important.
No, it's absolutely, it's just great to see. And one way of great way of learning is the kids watching each other. Okay, instead of all the coaching from the teachers and the specialists. Okay, if they can watch each other, okay, and just pick up little tips, they can improve so much.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely aspects of, because it's a very technical event, that one athlete will do a lot better than others, and then there'll be another part that athlete's not very good at, and so they can watch someone else on their landing or what they're doing in the air, and it's really important. Watch a competitor from Lancing here. But yeah, going back to that, if you're playing a game of like a team sport, you're always competing against another team, whereas here you are competing against other individuals, but because you've got that record that your PB, you can always compete against that and compete against yourself, which is really important.
So, yes, I think it's if anyone wants to develop their sport and life in general, I think it's great to be involved with a team game, an invasion game, but athletics and individual sport, it tells a lot about yourself, and we can learn. We can learn.
So we're into the inter-boys 200 here. Again, we've got, so you can see Daniel from Worth on the inside there. Really strong runner. This is when they start to, who can hang on. Yes. Oh, I think Daniel from Worth just hung on there, so well done to him. So have you guys got more fixtures lined up for the second half of term?
I think obviously we break up next Friday. I think the Sussex schools potentially, they've still got a route. Some of these athletes will come towards that. And I think a few of the athletes have got some club commitments as well. But I think it's not knowing. Okay, I think hopefully we might communicate this week, and the schools will be able to get together maybe with some small events.
Yeah, I think the midweek as well, it's always good to have the sort of midweek events, get out on a Thursday and do some stuff, which
absolutely.
Is great. It's a great throw there by Peanut from Burgess Hill, competing in the under 20 girls discus. So currently leading that, we've got Olivia from Seaford, she's won both events, and then Charlotte from Eastbourne, and Ella from Burgess Hill is in third place. I might have to let you shoot off and do some work now, if that's if you need
Oh,
to.
look, look, I think this is not work. It really isn't. This is just an absolute pleasure to come along and just help these kids just improve themselves. And it's great that the schools are coming together now, and hopefully it will continue.
Yeah, long may it continue. Thank you very much, Duncan. Have
Thanks
a
very
great
much,
day.
and all the best.
See you
Really
later.
appreciate your work.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
You weren't.
Who was that? Right. Archie. Wasn't I catching up to Finn in the last straight?
So just looking at some of the more field events now. Great to see us keeping up with some really good events. The senior girls discus going on here. So we said Olivia from Seaford currently leading that. Charlotte from Eastbourne in second place. So we're getting loads of people coming in to do that, which is great to see.
Am I doing 100 next time? Well, next time, like next athletics. Oh, this is. To be fair, we've done loads of seasons. Archie, where do you come in the triple half?
First time running track.
I haven't run on this.
Go Tommy! Go Tommy, gas it, mate! Go Tommy, go on that!
So I'm joined now by Lucy Price from Eastbourne. Lucy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you excited for this?
Oh, very excited.
It's a big challenge, I think. So who should we be watching out for from Eastbourne today? Who are your main medal hopes?
Yeah, we have some really good, strong athletes all through the years. So in our kind of juniors, we've got Theo Cruttenden, who is really good long distance, well, middle distance, so he's 800 and 1500. We've got some really good inter jumpers. So Finn Hill, who's been doing high jump and long jump, so he should be in the running for a medal. We've also got some senior-wise. We've actually got two latecomers to the party today. We've got two triathletes at our school, Jack Kennedy and Hamish, who are actually going to go out and run today because they're actually practicing for some other events that they've got, and we haven't been able to have them before. So I'm really excited to see them run for us today. But generally, we've got someone in everything, really. So we're looking forward to it.
Am I doing 100?
Tom does 15.
I saw Barney.
Cool. Sorry for that. Yeah, so that's great to see. We're just chatting about with all of the different events that we have going on. There's usually 4 or 5 from each school entering, which is great to see. It's just more about not just sending your one A-string athlete, but just getting that engagement, which is really important for the Diamond League.
Yeah, I think Eastbourne are a real supporter of that. I think with the college, we've got some great athletes. We've been looking more at athletics as the years have gone on, but we do know that it's a big part of our participation, and the pupils obviously train with us 3 times a week. They get involved in everything. We don't just concentrate on the sprinting and the long distance. We also do all the throws and the jumps, and we just make them have a go. And it's becoming a bigger part of what we offer really at the college, and I think it's really important.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we were just chatting about how, obviously, same as for us at Hurst, like the team sports are such a massive thing. As we see Kira Daniel from Hurst come through in the 200 there. The team sports are massive, but just being able to compete against the same people most of the time, but also against yourself with that PB each time, trying to break the records is so important for athletics.
Yeah, definitely. They each come as individuals, and we say to our pupils every time we come, throw yourself into at least 3 different disciplines and have a go. And yeah, sometimes we're mid-table or down at the bottom, but they've had a real go and they've had fun with their friends as well. And obviously, because we're 50% boarding, it's really they've not been doing anything for the last year, so anything to get them out on the field has been fantastic. And I think that the Diamond League has offered us that massively.
So what were you guys doing did you have students still in the school during the lockdown, the borders?
The first time around we didn't. The second time around we did have a lot of borders, so we were offering a lot of Coco stuff during that time, but we also did a lot of online. I became the new Joe Wicks online. It was great fun, but we had a lot of I think a lot of schools jumped on the fact that we could actually offer something the second time round, so we were able to offer the pupils some live interactive competitive stuff, which they just needed to even just have a bit of fun with their friends. And then we obviously, yes, we had a lot of people still in school, so we were still doing all sorts, basketball, badminton, anything they wanted to do, really.
Yeah, I think the first time around it was all of a sudden everyone thinking, oh, nothing's going to happen, oh, we're not in school, and everyone's sort of jumping to it really quickly. But the second time around, the schools were really well prepared, and I think the pupils are really happy they're able to still engage with that sort of stuff outside of that, which is great.
Yeah.
So have you got any 200-metre runners?
We've just had Barley O'Connor, who just came second in the juniors. We had Maisie, who was a junior girl, who just ran there. I don't think we've got any inters running this one, but senior-wise, we've got Cameron coming out for the senior boys. And then, this...
Yeah, I mean, this
great,
is
amazing runner from Ardingly.
Yeah, so this is Timmy from Ardingly. He's just literally finished the long jump and then got onto that. And Duncan was saying he just loves his athletics.
I think he nearly jumped out of the pit.
I know, I saw him. He's like come up here into the commentary box. But yeah, I think he holds all the records. But no, fantastic athlete. And what's great to see is with the athletics, I think as coaches, that very much on the day you can just get around and see what all the athletes are doing. They look after themselves. They really take it on themselves to warm themselves up. And you'll see the senior athletes going out there and helping the juniors to do that, which is great to see.
Yeah, we've got our two captains, Cameron and Molly, both kind of runners for clubs and things like that, and they really inspire the younger ones, especially on days like today, when they're not quite sure what to do for a warm-up, and they'll take them off and show them the ropes.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant to see. You see a great clearance there on the high jump by Oscar from Hurst. So which would you say, when you turn up to an athletics training session, where are the kids going? Where are they saying, this is the event I really want to try? What's the favourite one?
The high jump is the most favoured out of all the events.
Just
I
lie
think
on
it's
the
just
mat
they love, whenever we get that out up at our training grounds, they're always trying to have a go and compete. And I think we've got our sports day coming up at the end of the year, and at the end of June, and everyone's kind of rearing towards that, and the high jump's always like the highlight of the moment. But they all, I mean, we've got now a dedicated sprint coach who works with us at the college, Dan Shepherd, and he's been working wonders with our sprinters on it 3 times a week. So that's really improved some of our 100. I know a lot of the boys now are really kind of eager to get into the 100-metre sprint.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's whereas potentially chucking a javelin is not really transferable, but just those sprints and the aspects of that are just really transferable.
I think what our coaches have been working on is just technique, because everyone can run, but there's a real way that the sprinting technique that you need, and I think we just didn't have that before, and hopefully we'll build on that as the years go through. But yeah.
No, I definitely agree. You sort of see, so I tend to coach a lot of it's a great throw by Ali there from Hurst. I tend to see a lot of the long and triple jumpers, and you say, right, just make sure everything's going in straight lines, like, and they're like, it is. And then you show them a video of them running, and they go, oh, my leg's doing this, my arm's doing this. So it is, it's important to get that technical stuff early. Yeah,
I think also kind of heel connection. I've seen a lot of slow-mo videos that they've all been showing me, and actually, you know, falling into the start is one of the most important things. And heel, you know, not having your heel up, and it's amazing. Oh, I didn't know I did that, you know, and having that ability now to be able to video them and then show them how they're doing something, really important for athletics.
Yeah, I think you're right. Everything being so technical, and especially you see people who are improving and getting better across sprints, and they are doing proper sprint starts on blocks now. If you go back 10, 15 years, a couple of people would just be standing there doing like a 3-point start maybe, but not really taking it as seriously. And that just, I think, speaks volumes for school sport. It has become not professional, because that tends to seem a bit like, oh, people are taking it overly seriously. But I think you're right that it has got a lot more in terms of technology we can use, and having specialist coaches that really support these athletes.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something that we're kind of moving on now at Eastbourne. We have a few more technical sports coaches that we've kind of growing in that field, and I think, you know, sports a big part of the college and always has been. But I think more so now we're seeing that our timetable works, where we're actually getting more professional coaches in, which I think is really important for all the sports.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all very well having the happy amateurs just standing there saying, "Oh, you're doing really well," and you try to move your run up a little bit further on the board. It's like, well, but actually having that professional that knows what they're talking about, and actually it just gives confidence to those kids. They know that the person they're speaking to them knows what they're talking about, and actually, especially when it's fine when perhaps they're starting out with that support, but when you get to a point that they are really, really improving to a really high level, they need that specialist help.
Definitely.
So we're heading on to what looks like the 800 now. Who are the medal hopes for you guys in the 800?
I don't think we've got any junior girls in the 800. It's more the boys that we are looking at. So we're looking at Theo, as I mentioned earlier, Crittenden, who's the 800 boys runner for us. We haven't got Mila. Sorry, Mila Cherry is one of our girls. Not necessarily in for a run for a medal, but she's kind of should be mid-pack really. But I think she's just, a lot of them are just really keen to get involved in a lot of things, and we just encourage them as much as possible.
Apart from the one that involves running around the track for hours, which is not as fun. Yeah. But yeah, so I can tell you, Theo, who'll be running in the junior boys, is currently second place.
Yeah, he's second place.
So he's been taking on Archie from Ardingly. Currently has won both of them, just picked him by a couple of seconds. Yeah. So maybe today is the day that he gets one over.
That one over. Yeah.
So let's have a look at the who we got in the junior girls, the current standings. Let's have a look.
Two Hursts out front at the moment.
So it's Tabitha Brown at the front there at the moment. So Tabitha Brown's currently leading overall with 32. Anna Fox second with 28. And Florence from Burgess Hill is currently in third with 18 points. To watch a bit more of the junior boys high jump.
We've got Hunter in that one at the moment. Hunter Upton, I think he might have been pipped out at this one.
Okay, that's the thing I think, because again, it's sort of like you say, it's a very popular choice. Yes. And what you'll tend to see is that everyone gets about 140, 145, and everyone's over that, and it gets 150, and you go, right, half the competition gone.
Yeah, we've got Finn Hill, who's in the inter boys. He got to 165 last time without spikes. Interestingly, yeah, I know.
In his socks, yeah.
I know, it is socks, but he's hoping to get in the running for a medal today.
Okay, that's good to see. So as we get to the second lap here on the 800, and we've still got Tabitha Brown out in front. I just can't think of anything worse than doing the 800.
The 800's hard because it's a hard. You've got to not sprint, but you've got to really push yourself all the way around both two laps.
Yeah, and what I quite enjoy is when there's like the IAPS ones, so like the younger age groups, and then you see these 10, 11-year-olds going off and they fly off, and you're just sitting there going, no chance.
Run out of energy.
Yeah, and then they keep going, and they get to the end and they're like hyperventilating. They're like, I still won. Do I go to the finals? That's all they care about. But it's great to see. So in terms of what else we've got going on in the field at the moment as we come towards the sort of final straight there.
Got shot put over there. I think that's inter boys.
Inter boys shot put. I think we've got probably junior. I think we're on to the third set. So junior girls long jump has just started as well as the two Hurst girls coming to the home straight. We've got
Nelly Bathard-Smith in the junior girls long jump. She's currently in.
She'll be up there, I think. I've seen her in
first at the moment.
So Tabby just holding on there to first place. So well done from Anna. What have we got? Long jump. Yeah, so Nelly is currently in first place.
She is,
tied first place.
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
So Nelly and Stella from Burgess Hill tied first place. Grace from Hurst in third. So that's great to see. So it's going to be a real shootout today. Who's your money on? You have to. You can only say
I'm going to put it on Nelly. She's been practicing a lot this week.
She's been practicing. Yeah.
She knows. She secretly knows.
Yeah, Stella's had
She's
the week
also
off,
trying to beat her brother Theo, but Theo's year 11, but he's not here because he's been swamped with assessments, as lots of the A levels and the year 11s have. But she is always, when we train at Eastbourne, she's always like, I'm gonna beat him, and he's on about 5:20, and she can never quite. She's just behind.
Well, I can tell you that. So last week she was actually only pipped by 1 centimetre. So I think it'll be good. We might be able to watch this for a bit. Who's this? So we might be able to get onto a bit of the junior girls long jump. There we go. We've got the athlete. We've got a little replay here from the athlete from Ardingly. I think this was one of their prep school students who was competing up today. So again, I think this is one of the really popular events, the long jump, because we were saying earlier, it's one of those ones that there isn't that sort of fear factor of having to go over a hurdle or as much technical aspects of triple and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Burgess Hill competitor here. See, I have to apologise to Miss Franks from Hurst because she printed out all these numbers because it was going to help me, and I haven't told her yet, but I can't see a single number on there.
Was that why we had to race around to put the numbers on?
Yeah. So I apologise. I apologise to everybody because even then I still can't see. So it looks like Gigi from Worth there competing in the long jump as well.
Yeah.
So what else have we got going on? That's junior boys javelin, junior girls long jump, inter girls high jump, inter boys discus, senior girls triple, and senior boys shot. Here comes Nelly now.
Yeah.
It's good. Good pace into the. We might be able to get a replay of that long jump, hopefully. I'll put a bit of pressure on them. They're fine. He'll find one from somewhere, unless it was on triple jump at that time. But.
Oh, we've got Harriet Armstrong as well. She's triple jumper, senior girls triple jumper. She is the record holder for the inter girls triple jump at the moment, but that was when she was at Mayfield, and she's come over to us now for sixth form. So we're hoping to steal the.
Yeah, I did notice that. She's a sprinter as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
But no. So I've been on the triple the last couple of weeks, and she's a really good athlete.
Yeah. She was a bit. She's not at her best form, I think because of lockdown and everything that's happened. But she was a bit disappointed with her distance that she got in the first Diamond League, and I was like, but you've won, but it's obviously personal, isn't it, to you and what you've done previously. But she's hoping. She's been working hard in these last few weeks.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's one of those ones.
Theo going off in the 800.
So just Theo leading them out at the start. Yeah. So this will be also the competitive aspect. So I just have to wait while Mandy drives her. Thank you to Mandy from K2, not for driving the tractor now, but she does a fantastic job in terms of getting the event set up for us, pretty much on her own. So well done to Mandy for all of her hard work. So let's. I think we'll stick with this 800 race for now then. So who have we got at the front here for you?
Theo. This is Theo.
Theo. So
yeah, he's currently, yes, you were saying sitting in second place.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and work out if I can see who, if I can see the number of the second person. So Archie. So Archie from Seaford. I presume that's going to be Archie from Seaford behind him, from Ardennai behind him.
Yeah. Oh.
There's Harriet.
There's Harriet
doing her triple. Is she going to be happy?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to win it. So what you'll see there is, so Harriet's jumping from the 9-meter board there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the girls will tend to jump from 7 in that event. So she's not going as far into the pit, but she's jumping 2 meters further.
Oh, he's just taken him on that first bend.
I think we'll stay with this race until the end of this now.
Yeah, he's just got to stay behind him. Don't get too far back.
So I think Archie, again, by the looks of his shorts, is probably one of the junior school competitors for them. So
yeah,
less to carry.
Yes.
Here with the junior girls long jump.
Yeah.
Forget my words there for a second. Or could be.
Yeah.
Gonna have to kick on.
He's losing pace a little bit now. These two boys from Ardennai seem to be pacing ahead.
So I think this is Finn and Archie. It looks like he's kicking on a really strong finish. But if Theo could hold on to the third place, I think that will that'll be enough to give him the silver medal, which is good to see.
These two boys are really pacing it out.
Yeah, here that is.
Looks easy.
A powerful run there.
That's great.
I think that's Archie and Finn.
Well done, Theo.
Oh, good sprint. We got a sprint finish before. I think Jack just hold on to it there, so good job. But it's like you say, I think it's great for example, Archie and Theo there to race against each other 3 times in the season and really push each other. And they're looking at the whole week of training, just building up to that moment of going, I'm taking this person on, I need to be able to beat them.
Yeah, definitely. And it's given our, Theo's not, he's not in part of a club, he's not necessarily been huge in athletics, but he's chosen to do it this term, and he's actually found that he's actually really good at it and inspired by it. And these events, the Diamond League events, gives them something to aim for each week. Yeah, definitely. And it's that whole thing we've been talking about, that there's no limit to, you don't just say, right, you send one athlete and that's it, and it's just the elite, and if you're not the best of the best, then it doesn't matter. I think the fact that you can send as many athletes as you want, as many athletes who want to compete, and that's really, really important, I think. Yeah. So as we go into the Intergirls 800 here, I can tell you at the moment that the current leader is Lily from Hurst. I think she's run 2 Diamond League records the last 2 times. She's been training a bit this week going for that. And then we've got Lucy
from Burgess Hill in second, and Bella in third from Seaford. So
I think this is the inters and the senior girls.
is it all of them going at the same
I think
time?
because some of our senior girls are down there,
Fine.
unless they've decided to. Maybe they've decided to do them all in one, or maybe
Just-
split them up.
I think they might tend to, if there's only a
Yeah.
couple of the
Yeah.
seniors, they might put them all together.
Because we've got Lottie, Amber, Megan, and Cecily down there. So
Okay.
yeah, I think they're all down. And I think Lottie's currently.
Is that in the seniors?
That's the senior girls, or should be. He's currently doing.
Yeah, is it Lottie
Yes.
is currently. In fact, you've got a 1, 2, 3.
Yes, we have.
But
I think the girls. There wasn't many other competitors in that race. I think they run together. Friends run together.
Well, you're saying that, but I think so. Lottie came first.
She was
in-
first.
Yeah, and the second meet, yeah.
And then Amber, yeah.
Well, it's one of those, as you say, it's one of those ones where if you're willing to turn up and get involved and compete,
Yeah.
then you may as well. I
Yeah.
think now stand a really good chance of going home with a medal today, which would
Yeah.
be great to see. So yeah, at the front there we've just got Alice with blonde hair, so she's from Hurst, she's in the seniors, and then Lily is in the inters. Bit more long jump going on from Worth. Just trying to work out who every single one of them are, and it's difficult. But did you do much athletics when you were younger? Back
When
in
I
the
was
day,
younger,
or-
I did at school. My first sport is netball, because I
Yeah.
used to play netball for England back in the day, and then Super League, and I know all the guys at Hurst from the netball.
I'm being absolutely outdone by every single person that comes on there. Like, yeah, I do this. You know, I'm actually quite good at this. It's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, but athletics was always when I wasn't doing netball, I felt athletics supported that and was able to kind of the running and the throwing events I took part in quite a lot, and obviously helped just with the strength side of things for when I was playing netball.
Yeah, it's those transferable skills, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, hopefully you're not. In fact, I've seen Miss Franks play netball. She might throw a javelin at someone, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of them will. Yeah, it's still though, like you said, that strength, especially the sprinting, the technique and stuff is really important to get across there. So we see Lily here leading out. So Lily's in the inters. Really strong runner again, hoping to go to sort of Sussex schools after half term and then compete on that, which would be great to see.
That'd be great.
So have you guys got much going on in terms of other sport at the school at the moment? or have you
Cricket, obviously we. It's been a bit hard with the rain.
non-stop,
A lot of weekends have had to be cancelled. But yeah, cricket's all been practicing during the week, part of cup competitions. Tennis, obviously, we're very strong as well. So we've had the tennis girls and boys out quite a lot. Ooh. Got them coming in here.
So this is when it gets confusing, when we've got
So
the...
Megan came in, but oh no, Lottie came in first, and then Megan.
So
us.
I think then Alice will get the 16 points, which puts 32, but then I think Lottie will go home with the gold medal.
I think so.
Compete 3 times, come
Brilliant.
first in 2 seconds, you do that. Great run again by Lily. I'm not sure if we won't be able to know her time, but yeah, I think she's trying to... I love that after running, they just say, right, sit down. Like, you can't breathe. It's just like, no, you've got to stay on the chair.
Trying to, catch your breath.
Straight onto the podium, picture, you look like you've just run 800 metres,
Yeah.
but no, it's great to see. Bit more of the junior girls long jump here. We're not sure how this is going, so I think we might, if we can stick with the junior girls long jump for a bit, that'd be good, because we can see Nelly jump again. I think that might have been Stella who just jumped. It's that awkward of not knowing. We need the results to just pop up, but you never know. So Nelly obviously doing triple jump as well. Do you know where is she in? Is she in first with that as well, or?
Don't.
She is, yeah.
She is, yeah. Yeah, here she is, about to jump again.
Oh, this is perfect. It's almost like we've done this professionally.
Yeah.
So long way back from the board, but. Does she look happy? Is there going to be a or just that poker face? He's not telling her.
She's got a bit of a poker face.
Well, I think this might be Stella behind us, just listening. What do I need to jump?
What do I need to jump? Yeah. What do I need to jump? Oh, here's Gaia. She's not been before. She's having a first go at something. Like we say, if you just come and have a go.
Yeah, exactly. Come and have a go. Now she's like, I regret it. I'm immediately covered in sand, and I've got to spend the rest of the day covered in sand.
Yes.
Right, well, thank you very much.
Thank
it's been
you very
an absolute
much.
pleasure.
No, I've really enjoyed it, and thank you very much for putting it all on. It's been the pupils really enjoy it, and we will continue growing and hopefully getting some more medals next time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
You can't run 20 meters. You can't run 20 meters. I reckon you two like honestly die. Henry. Oh, come in. See, look, she blamed it on her Lucid for the battery. She actually had her Lucid this week and still did battery. Go on, Honey Badger! I think we've worked out that you could shit. You went to watch Timmy. It's better than that. Where's Ellen? Where's Ellen? I need Ellen. She's gone to help Maddie. No. Ellen's the generator. Yeah. Well, I think I wasn't very sure for a second.
So very exciting now. I've got Flo, who's one of our Hurst athletes, and she's extremely excited. She's trying to pretend she's nervous, but she's actually really excited. So, Flo, why did you want to be part of the commentary today?
Well, I want to get into radio when I'm older, and I think it would be like really good experience.
Oh, wow.
Actually, hold it.
Start off small,
yeah,
and then kind of like work my way up. And I thought like doing athletics was something that I'm quite passionate about. It'd be like a really good way to start.
Let's go, Arthur!
Yeah, good. So you are, what are you competing in today?
I'm doing 100 metres in relay.
100 metres in relay. Where are you in the standings? Do you know?
I think for 100 metres, I'm in 3rd place at the moment.
Let's have a look. I'm going to check that you are. I think you are, but we'll have a look. So I can tell you are currently in 3rd on 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
So Molly and Harriet both from Eastbourne. Good competitors?
I don't think Molly's here today. Molly's really good though, and
Right.
Harriet's really good as well.
So another, you could be a chance of you getting ahead of them in the race today, do you think?
I don't know, maybe, hopefully.
And what about in the relay? Where are the Hurst teams stood in the relay?
Hurst are actually really good. My team's really strong at the moment.
I love that. My team. It's not you, is it? It's all of them.
Yeah.
Who's in the team for Hurst?
Well, it kind of switches every week because quite a few injuries.
Third to last.
We did actually have 2 shell 1 week, and they were really, really strong. But normally it's me, Izzy, Mimi, and Kira.
Oh, nice. So obviously it depends on who's there each week, because we just watched them. Could have a photo finish on here. It's great home straight for the Ardenline runner there. He's just managed to pit the Eastbourne, but a fantastic race. So when did you start your athletics? Have you done it for a long time?
Yeah, I've done it for years. I did it, well, the first time I got properly into it was when I lived in Switzerland. And like my dad loves athletics, and he thought that it was like perfect for me. And like I've always been like quite into going quickly.
Going quickly, yeah. Have you started driving yet? Because then, so you go quickly.
My driving instructor hates me.
Driving instructor hates it. Right. So just sprints, or have you done any other events as well?
I used to do high jump and long jump, and then a bit of throwing.
Fine, and then focus more on the sprinting now.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
That's good. So we've got talk us through this long jump then. We've got as an ex-professional, well not professional, but so I think we've got the junior girls here. So we were just chatting about some really good competitors in here. So we'll watch some high jump as well. This is what happens. We flick through everything. You've got to be able to focus on everything.
Yeah.
So what was your PB in high jump?
It was 1:45. I'm pretty sure.
Can you still jump that now?
No, definitely not.
Well, I think it's
I'm quite
weird.
out of practice.
Everyone gets to a certain point, they're like, "No, I can't be bothered anymore."
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. So what sort of talk us through your warm-up routine before you're getting onto the 100 metres? What are you trying to do?
So me and Anna, we like to do our own like warm-up together. We do like a bit of stretching to start off with, like lunges, and then we do more like dynamic stuff. Do like high knees, like side steps, and then we do like accelerations as well, like just before.
Like what sort of mental preparation are you doing for that? Do you try to get yourself? Do you get nervous at all, or?
Yeah, I do. I think there's quite a lot of pressure, and so my coach was talking to me about getting like inside of my bubble and like only bringing in the positive stuff into my bubble, which like really helps me.
That's quite deep. That it's
yeah,
like the term bubble has got a new meaning now without COVID. So what did you tend to do over the sort of the lockdown time to keep yourself fit and ready to run?
I was going out for a couple of runs with my dad, which obviously, like, my dad's quite good at doing long distance stuff, and it's not my strongest. So like he would run on ahead, and I'd kind of stay back.
Did you challenge him to a 100 metres race?
Not yet, not yet. He's not up to it.
He's not up to it.
No.
If you're watching this, you need to know. What's your dad's name?
Hugh.
Hugh. It's a Rathbone versus Rathbone 100-metre race. At the end of this, we'll turn the lights on and everything. So we've got some athletes from Hurst here in the Javelin. This is Hannah, who is in remove.
Looks strong.
Did it? I think it's probably a foul.
It didn't go into.
No, doesn't have to. It doesn't necessarily. It just has to get lateral and then go over there. But yeah, great to see so many. We just got, and a big thank you to Mr. Kifter doing. He's running around finding me people to get onto the microphone. He's doing a fantastic job. So, talk us through your sort of weekly athletics training at Hurst. What sort of stuff are you doing?
Well, I do training on Mondays and Tuesdays for school. And then I used to go down to clubs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I had to quit because I just didn't have enough time with work. And then normally I do athletics on Thursdays for school, but I've got driving now. Which kind of
driving fast, yeah.
Yeah.
If your driving instructor still allows you to do it, yeah, that's it. So you're in Lower Sixth for Hurst.
Yeah.
What A levels are you doing?
I do BTEC Sport and French.
Okay, très bien. Je parle un peu de français. Anyway, that's enough French. So do you find the BTEC Sport has a lot more practical stuff in? Is that why you're enjoying that elements of it?
Yeah, I also really like kind of like sciencey stuff behind it as well, and just like getting to know different techniques, and like you do so many different sports like volleyball, which I would never have done if I didn't do BTEC Sport, and so it's just kind of like finding out new sports that I just didn't know about.
Yeah, and so looking to head off to university or?
Yeah, I want to go to Loughborough. Which
of course,
is
yeah, anything to do with sport, go to Loughborough, yeah. And to study what, do you think?
Media and comms.
Oh, nice. So yeah, obviously getting into that.
Yeah.
That's great. So obviously we've had 3 events now. Are you looking to hopefully try and do Sussex schools and stuff after half term?
Yeah, maybe, I'll see.
We'll just watch the replay of the long jump here coming up. So I think this is Professor from Burgess Hill. Really strong jump there. Good height there.
I'm so excited. I've played inside that for like a year and a half. It's ridiculous. I honestly
So Flo, I'm going to let you go because you're going to go warm up. Chance of maybe even the gold, silver, the win today. We'll start with the win today, and then we'll see what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thanks, sir.
Enjoy. Bye. So Flo just off there to compete. And well, it's just me for a second now. It's just talk to myself. But yeah, great to have all the schools here, obviously. And I think, as you can see, the main sort of messages coming on. I'm going to be joined again. This is fantastic. Bear with me one sec, guys. So I've got Karen Andrews from Hurst here. From Hurst? I'm from Hurst, from Lancing. How are you? All right?
Hello.
How are your athletes enjoying today? Having a good time?
Oh, they're absolutely loving it. I mean, what an amazing atmosphere with all these spectators. It's just so nice, and I'm so glad the weather has held.
Touch wood, we'll keep going. So who are your real sort of medal hopefuls today? Who are the ones to watch out for from Lancing?
Well, we've had 2 medals so far. Alice Sydenham in the girls 800. She got second place, which is great. And then we've just had Flynn Sinclair in the high jump. He got bronze, so that's fantastic.
Great to see. And who else you got coming later in the?
But coming up, we've got Nana, who won the 100 metres last week. So he's normally a 400 metre runner, but I think he said last week he was going to try the 100, and he's going for it again this week. And his mum's here; she's travelled down from London, so that's really exciting.
That's what it's all about. And obviously, great to have spectators back. It's been so long without any sport, but so long without parents being able to watch their children. But it's great to have them back.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Rob Kift has done a fantastic job here to get us all out, and all these schools competing and just having a go, really. And athletics is such a good one because it's for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we've been chatting about that, how you are competing against other schools, etc. But compared to when you go to some other meets and it's just A string or A and B string, and you can only send 2 athletes. Here, I mean, you've got 5 or 6 athletes in one school in an event, and sometimes that third athlete will actually still be an extremely good runner or a senior jumper or thrower, and they don't get the opportunity. So it's great the setup with the Diamond League to get that.
And we found that. I mean, at Lancing, we obviously cricket, tennis are our main sports, and the girls we're really pushing our cricket. So athletics is a little bit of the soak-up, but we've found athletes. Flynn Sinclair, who got the medal in the high jump, he clearly is a good jumper. He's quite quick. He's a swimmer actually. And I said to him, "Have you enjoyed it?" And he said, "Oh, I've loved it." We've had a boy turn up this morning because his cricket match was cancelled, and he said, "Oh, can I come? Can I come?" So it's nice. It's nice. I think it's the buzz when they go back, because last week we had announced it in assembly, and the kids were saying how great it was. So it's nice, good buzz, and I do love athletics for that reason, that it's for everyone. There's an event for everyone.
Yeah, 100%. You sort of see that just the sheer number of athletes who come to these events. I mean, each school bringing sort of, whether it's 20 students or if they're bringing 60, 70, and it's great. And I think it does, you're right, that a lot of the schools that are competing here today will be playing cricket, tennis, swimming as well. So they're able to come out to athletics, and actually, like you say, there's that buzz around it. There's that Diamond League, there's those records, and the fact that if they can do 2 or all 3 events, they're actually then going to go on and hopefully win a medal overall.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also quite a team environment. I've seen a lot of fist pumps from our boys, which is great.
With hand sanitizer straight afterwards.
Absolutely. Just supporting the younger ones, and I think it's probably the first time that you bring all age groups, boys and girls, to an event. And how many people can say that they've performed, competed in a track like this in front of this big crowd?
Yeah, exactly. In front of and on TV. Well, online. But,
yeah.
So we're currently just onto the 3 and 400. So did you say Nano was competing in the 400 as well?
No, he's 100. He's
just doing 100 now.
Yeah. He did.
What age group is he?
He's into boys.
Fine, I'll have a little look and see.
Yeah.
Did he compete in the first meet or just this one?
No, he did 400 in the first one, and he competed last week in the 100.
Let's have a look.
I think he's called Hannah on there. It was Nana.
This is when you're reliant on people actually being able to write names. But yeah, so I can tell you. So he's currently sitting in 4th place.
Okay.
Overall, because he's only done the one event. So first place is Max Arnold from Hurst, and Nana actually pipped him by 100th of a second last time.
I know, it's good. So I'm quite excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be, and that's a really good thing, like you say, is that what they've tried, what Steve May, who's marksman today, is trying to do is get the faster runners together. So again, like you say, you could win your heat and be racing against people who have a similar ability, and then that's going home and be like, I won my race, and that's great. And then the real sort of top athletes also running against one another is really good as well.
Pushing each other.
Yeah, I think that'll be an exciting one. So yeah, Nana, and I was going to say if Mum's watching on here, but she's not. She's here. That's great.
She is, bless her. There she is.
She's excited, ready to go. So just looking ahead to the hundreds, obviously some great times being taken over this year. We've got Timmy again. We keep talking about him for
Timmy, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, his 100 metre time's been fantastic. As we just watched
what is his 100 metre time?
Well, I know the person who timed it, and he is adamant that he hasn't got a twitchy finger.
Yeah.
But the record is I need to find it now. The record is 10:79.
Wow.
That is quick.
That is quick.
That is very quick. But I think, well, Dan from Hurst is on the shot, but actually today he's not on timekeeping anymore. But that is
he's been dropped, has he?
Well, I don't know. He's adamant, but obviously without the sort of electric timing and everything like that, it's very difficult to do. But I think he was a clear winner, put it that way.
Yeah, no, he's a fantastic runner.
Yeah, and I think what's really brilliant is, we were saying earlier, as you watch people warming up, that as coaches you can sort of almost stand back and let them get on with it, and those the captains of your teams will go out there and really be like, right, you crack on with this, you crack on this, we'll get on with that.
Yeah, it's good. They do take responsibility, actually, and it teaches them a lot about warming up and the importance of warming up. We've had a few pulled muscles. I've handed out a few ice packs already.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so it is good, and you know, trains you well as what to eat before, what not to eat before. Good.
So what have we got? And we're still into the, I think we're onto the inter boys. It's hard, I'm going to tell by heights of.
Yeah, it looks juniorish.
The junior or inters.
They all look so tall.
I know, there's some people who are in the senior boys, and I'm sort of going, no, parents up there, and they're like, what? Yeah. I'm 16. You're like, no, you are not. But yeah, no, it's just great to see. What is also great to see is that in all the events, it's not necessarily, you do get a stereotypical sprinter shape and stuff like that. But you get some really powerful sort of compact runners.
Did you see the 200 metre, the senior boys 200 or the inter boys? They were big lads, and they did ever so well running down. The Seaford rugby players, they always do well, don't they?
They're big, strong lads. Yeah. So we've got, this looks like, I would say it's junior boys 300. It is, I can tell it's junior boys because it's 300, not 400. And I can tell you that the current standings are, I'm on the wrong one. Bear with me. Just gotta.
That's Seaford in the front, I think so. Or they?
Yeah, it looks like Seaford versus Seaford.
1, 2, 3, I think.
Or
go on, boys.
Just on there.
Well done, good dip.
So Archie off a win actually earlier in the 800 for Ardingly, is currently in first place on 24. Killian from Worth is in second place on 20, and Matt from Hurst is in joint third place with Ollie from Seaford. So again, what's really good is as well, there's still loads of medals up for grabs, and hopefully we'll see some real competitive race.
What a great idea, though, that they can get a medal. I think that's just fantastic, really is. And they get to stand on the podium.
Yeah, well, as we were saying, Rob Kift's plan is to get...
Is that a DT project, is it?
Do you want to know the story? Well, he'll never watch this because he doesn't like technology. But the story of this podium is it has been thrown away 4 times. And so Steve May, who's head of assistant director of sport and head of boys athletics, every year we just chuck it away and go, we don't need it. And this was a couple of years ago, and then Kifty would go find it and take it back out. And he says, I'm going to find a use for it. And basically, the only reason the Diamond League exists is that podium, I reckon.
Yeah.
But he's desperately trying to get as many. There he is. He's on our screens now. Doing a fantastic job. He's trying to get as many of those medal ceremonies done today. But I think what's great is that as schools we see each other so regularly because of athletics that we can get those medals sent round and everything, which is great.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, he does a great job. I said to him, he said, go up there, Karen, and can you tell him I need a pay rise? But he does so. This is just fantastic, bringing all these schools together. And I do think, I mean, Hurst, you're a team. Look at a machine, even with all your staff that do it, and all your academic staff and everything. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think we're very lucky. We've got a lot of staff who are resident on site, and then it's just that all-in attitude of like, right, come on. And I think as well is that for the Diamond League to be successful, you need like a lot of staff, and for Athletics Meet to be successful, you need it. So yeah, just a lot of people willing to come out and help, which is great to see.
No, great culture, great. It's really good, and very good for, I mean, us lowly PE teachers from other schools, that we can actually go around and see our athletes. Yeah, I
think that's really important, isn't it? It's just if you don't have as many staff coming to them, then it's just you need to support them while they are self-sufficient.
Yeah.
As we just watched Lily here in the 300 for Hurst. So she's
she's a good runner, very strong, very strong.
Yeah, she's a fantastic runner. She's more 800 than 300, but again, just strong, powerful. And
she's just done the 8. I saw her win the 8.
I'd be absolutely knackered.
I know, that would be the end of me, I think.
it's quite interesting. I think a lot of the job that some of the people have to do is get them to stop running, because by saying you ran yesterday, just have a day off, and they just love it so much. Yeah.
Hey, they're young and fit. They'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. They bounce back.
Yeah.
So what have we got? So where's it? Let's look. If we look down there, where the events, where would you have athletes competing now? Maybe in the field. What have we got?
This is 400 now. We haven't got any 400 runners.
So we're probably onto these 4:45 slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
So Alice Sydenham's out there on the high jump. Actually,
Okay.
I can see her in
She
white.
just-
There she is.
Oh, they're perfect. Oh.
Go on, Alice. Oh,
just
a warm up. That was a warm up.
Yeah, just a warm up. Yeah,
Bit of wind, I thought, saw
of time.
that.
Yeah, it blew the bar off. So what year is Alice in?
Alice is lowest 6.
So she's competing the senior girls.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look and see what's going
Must be
on.
she must be warming up, I think.
Yeah, it would have just been sort of starting. Let's have a look. High jump, senior girls high jump. So Alice currently in 4th going into today, but again, I know that Izzy, who's currently in 1st, is not competing today.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, it all obviously depends on. She needs to get 10 points to get into medal position, and I think looking at the athletes over there, she's probably a shoo-in for the 10-pointer.
I think she's warming up with the intergirls, isn't she?
Getting herself ready. So as you watch the intergirls competitor from Burgess Hill here. Oh, close. Good height.
Looks high already.
Yeah, I think that's probably the end of the intergirls, and then. So what were you guys doing in terms of your provision for during lockdown stuff?
Oh well, lockdown was good. In that autumn term, we did something called the COVID Football Cup, and because we kept all of ours in at the weekend because we have Saturday school-ish, so we played a COVID Cup football, and that was amazing. We have 200 plus boys taking part. At the same time, we'd run hockey, similar sort of thing with all year group hockey. Athletics we ran. It was just so good actually to create that community feel, keep them going, and a lot of our students responded well because they realised that no one else, I think, was taking part in sport, so it really helped. We set up a YouTube channel, as I think most schools did. And
yeah,
a lot
everyone's
of dance.
doing
I think
everything,
everyone did their, Lancing Active. I think one of the PE teachers, she's around here today, wore every outfit, did dances around the school, flash dance and everything. It was good. It was just, I think every school worked hard, didn't they, to keep. Oh, well done, Alice.
Yeah, it's got over that one. Still the warm up.
Everything I taught you. Yeah, so just, keeping everyone going and active, and I think the good thing about it, and I'm sure most people have said this, that people now are starting to run, cycle, do things that they probably didn't do before, and understand the importance of getting out.
Yeah, no, I agree. As we watch there, so I'll let you shoot off with this. You're going to have to do some work. But we see Daniel here from Worth. He's a really powerful triple jumper.
Yeah, I saw him last week. Amazing.
Yeah, he's good. So I'll let you run off and do some work. But thank you so much
it's really
for
nice to meet you.
join.
Thank you. Great idea. Great.
Cheers. See you later. Bye-bye.
How far was it?
Potentially, but so basically
Oh, I know, I've got to come under my light.
So another visitor here into the comms box, Mary Jane from Beat. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you so enjoying the fact that it's still stayed dry? We have to say that sadly, because of the bubbles, you've been given the only bit of cover that is the only seats that are not under cover, but it hasn't touched wood rained yet. So.
No, we've been quite fortunate. We have had a few days here where it's been particularly wet, but no, we've been quite lucky so far.
Yeah, it's been good. So we were just talking about, you've obviously got just a couple of athletes here today, and it's a real opportunity for those who take their athletics seriously at Bede to just come and we can test themselves against some top athletes in Sussex. So who have you got today that we should be keeping an eye on?
So we've got Josh Clark throwing javelin for the intermediate boys. So he's one to watch, and we've got Benedict Noon running in the 1500 for the senior boys. And we've also got Josh O'Brien jumping high jump for the senior boys, and Josh Phillips for the inter boys for high jump. So they're all here to sort of test themselves and see what they can do. It's a really good opportunity just for them to come and compete, really.
Yeah, so obviously, what are the major sports for you guys in the summer term? Or are you continuing on with all sports sort of in each term?
Yes, no, our major sports are cricket, really. We've got very, very strong cricket cohort that goes on. We've got a number of players that are off playing at Sussex. But we've also got tennis that's pretty high up, and our athletics is coming in really after that. So, yeah, we've got a number of players that go off and play hockey, and that's obviously carried on this summer. With COVID, a lot of the sports that you'd normally see played in the winter are now carried on through the summer. So we've got a lot of players out at hockey, a lot of players out at football. But yeah, the select few that want to compete, it's such a lovely time to bring them to actually get a chance to race.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely one of those, it's a situation where, especially for them, maybe if they are doing something 1 week, then and they can't compete, that's fine. If they can do 2 of the events, and they're going to get those points towards. So let's have a look at some standings. So we've got, I know, who's your senior boy high jumper? We've
got Josh O'Brien here for senior boys.
And he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, so he jumped 185 last week, and then had a go at the record, had a go at jumping 188 and narrowly missed. So we'll see what he can do today, really.
So yeah, he's won the last 2 meets, so he should be on. He's competes against Louis by the looks of the heights, but Louis Jones from Lancing is in 2nd place, and Vlad from Lancing as well is in 3rd. But yeah, Josh has won the last 2. Is he getting the record today?
I'd like to think he'd have a go. I'd like to think he would try. Yeah, I would really like to see him jump at his best and see what he can do.
Yeah. So is he would he compete outside of school for a club and stuff as well? Or?
Yeah. So he's really come from sort of a decathlete background, but high jump's one of his preferred activities, so that's what he's chosen to do. So. Oh,
nice. So you get a lot of them. I think a tendency at that age is with multi-eventers. If you're good at one thing, you're able to turn it to something else as well. Quite quick as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, plays a bit of football as well. So when you've got that natural athletic ability, you can transfer it across, especially if you've got the fitness behind you. So.
Yeah. So I've seen quite a few of the schools using some opportunity to do some filming for GCSEs and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, we've been one of those for sure. We've been one of those. Yeah, we've got a number of candidates that do it for IGCSE. Just everything has to be videoed evidence. Yeah. So it's a really good chance to see them competing and actually being able to push themselves.
So there are quite a few athletes or people taking it for PE who choose athletics as one of their sports to get evidence on, or?
Yeah, we do, and we're quite lucky we can use the track down at Eastbourne as well to go and train. So it's quite nice to have the facilities local to us as well.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. Like you say as well, it's just getting people engaged doing it. I think for someone like Josh today, it's not like the team sport necessarily where you're always competing against another school. So it's not Bedes against Hurst against Seaford or that.
Yeah.
He's in a position where he is head and shoulders literally above the other competitors in there who are doing a great job, that he's got that opportunity to go and try and break that record and like leave his name in history almost.
Yeah,
for the Diamond League.
Absolutely. And the same thing we're hoping for Josh Clark in the intermediate javelin. We're hoping that that's something that he can go and have a real good go at today. We're hoping that that's something that he'll carry on with in the summer to go and compete at English schools.
So Josh Clark, by the looks of it, is in danger of throwing it to the people down at the Discus.
Well, yes, potentially.
It's always a funny one with the javelin when you stand there and the kids don't tell you that they're really good, so you're just like, I'll stand 30 metres away and it goes over your head. And
yeah.
So what time are those boys on? Are they on at the same time?
They're on all very similar times, so I think starting about 3:05 for Josh Phillips has just jumped the high jump now. So they're down at the high jump, and then Josh is doing a javelin at 3:30.
Okay.
And And then
also...
yeah, the boys are straight after that, I think, for the 1500 and the senior boys for high jump.
So you're going to have to sort of run around finding them all and seeing who's winning, etc.
Yeah, we'll just go and stand on there and have a little look and see how they're getting on. They all know what they're doing. They've all had a good range of experience when they're competing. So it'll just be quite nice to watch and see what they can do today.
So what were you guys doing at B to sort of keep them engaged throughout the sort of last year when it's been really difficult to, because I know we've found that the kids absolutely love the sport, so they're coming on weekends occasionally to play stuff like internal, but it's really difficult because they haven't got that competitive aspect. So what did you guys do to tackle that?
We've had, like you say, the coming in on the weekends to do the inter-house activities and things that have gone on through the school. We've done online fitness sessions, plenty of those online fitness sessions. The rival of Joe Wicks in the world, we've had a good go at that. We've had lots of inter-house competitions that have been running in a virtual sense. So we've done an individual one where they had to go and run or walk a certain number of kilometres in an hour, and then they'd all rank up their results for the house. We did it as individuals and we did it as a family, so it's quite nice to see sort of parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters getting involved to try and rank up those numbers. So that was a really good thing to do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's really good I think it's so important for sort of, well, staff as well as students, but just that mental health aspect of just getting outside and doing stuff. And obviously the first time around, lovely weather, so everyone wanted to do it. If it was happening now, we'd probably all be like, I'm just staying inside.
Yeah,
but,
the winter was certainly difficult. We did some things with the classes, virtual stair challenges where they had to climb a certain number of reps of stairs to see if they could summit Everest and things as a group, and that was quite nice to see.
All those. I think at Hurst we did Around the World in 80 days, following I forgot who wrote Around the World in 80 days.
Phileas
No,
Fogg?
yeah, Phileas Fogg was the person who did it. Oh God, that's really, yeah. He did it, so we had to follow his track, but that was good. And then I think it was meant to be 80 days, and we did it in about 20 days. So we then had to do like pole to pole to pole or something.
It does surprise you. It does surprise you. The other things are really good fun around the track. They're trying to break the world records in a relay. That's always quite fun.
Yeah, that'll be. I think it's as we see just the online runner here powering ahead on the 400. 400, I've decided it's not 8 or 15. 400 is the worst race now because you just have to sprint the whole way.
Yeah, the 800 is becoming more like that though. The 800 runners are exceptionally strong at the moment.
Yeah,
they seem to be holding an awful lot of power as they go round.
Yeah, it's great to see. And just at the end, and then this is great. You've just run 400. You feel a bit sick. Sit down straight away. Don't get your breath back. Get on the medal.
Your medal.
Yeah, exactly.
Picture taken for the medal.
Yeah, this will go down in history, and you look like you're gonna be sick. But no, it's great to see. So I'll let you go off now and make sure your guys are all ready to go. But yeah, best of luck to all the guys. I think some potential chance of records being broken. So
maybe it would be nice to see. The conditions are good. It's dry and it's not too windy, so it'd be quite nice to see.
Yeah, we'll keep a note of that, and we'll get our director to flick to them as they're coming through.
Yeah,
but thank you very much.
For your
Have
time.
a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
So as we have a look around the field again, I think we're probably looking at times onto the, well, I can tell by the discus, this is a senior boy discus thrower. Good height on that. So again, hopefully I might try and get someone to sort of run down and let me know if there's any records been broken today that we can bring to you. The logistics behind running an athletics event, I can tell you, are extreme. So we're getting the results board up from our timekeepers, who are then giving it to our announcer, Mr. Gasper, in the box, and he will read them out. And then, yeah, hopefully we then pin them up for all the kids to see, and then it's usually where all the athletes will huddle around just to see whether or not they've broken a record. And just speaking, some of the bead staff there, they think that they've got a good chance of breaking some records. But now we are getting ready for the big one. I'm trying to make it dramatic. If there was like some soundtrack we could play over it, that'd be great. But we are now getting ready for the 100 meters. the marquee event of the races today. I can tell you some records. I'm going to tell you some records, and we'll see if they get beaten today. In the girls' 100 metres, I can tell you that Harriet Armstrong, previously of Mayfield, now of Eastbourne, is the record holder in both the junior and inter. Interestingly, her junior record is quicker than her inter record. So the junior record is 12:54. The inter record is 12:64. The senior record is 12:59, run by Boopy from Lancing. So potentially could see some of those beaten today. And then as we get onto the 100 metres, I can tell you, you know who it is. He holds all three records. Timmy from Ardingly holds a record 11:34 in the juniors, 11:03 in the inters, and 10:79, that below 11 time in the seniors. So hopefully we might see some records broken today. And in fact, I'm going to try and see if someone can find out now whether any have for me. So this is probably a time just to say thank you to all of the staff that have come from all the schools. The Hurst guys out doing the officiating, which is great to see, but also all the guys from Seaford, Lancing, Ardingly, Burgess Hill, Mayfield, Worth, Bees and Eastbourne. It's just great that they're able to come out here and support their athletes and give them a little bit of help on the day, just to get them ready. And also it's fantastic just to have our spectators back, and I think they're enjoying it a lot. And as we get ready for the 100 metres, so we're starting with the junior girls. I can tell you the current standings, and this is when I turn into insert name of famous commentator that does horse racing. And they're off. And as you can see here, this junior girls starting. This looks like to be the first heat, so it'll be a graded final. And I couldn't possibly tell you who's going to win this. I'm going to look just down the side here. Great run by the athlete from Mayfield, who I think may be Lucia Lees. Can't quite see the number, 1407. I can tell you in a second. But yeah, great run there on the inside lane. Some people say, oh, it's difficult to run there, but you know, I think she's done a fantastic job there. I can tell you that the winner of that race was 1402, is it? I think it's Lucia from Mayfield, so great run there. And yeah, what will happen in these heats is it's not necessarily whoever wins the race will get the 16 points, because we tend to have more than just the 8 competitors. So they'll run what we call a graded final. So they'll just run in their own heat, and then the winner at the fastest time across those 2 or even 3 heats will be the winner. So a bit more of the discus going on here. A bit flatter, that one. It's a bit better. Oh, is he not? Oh, he's dropped it into the cage. I'm looking. I thought I saw something fly, but I clearly haven't. I'm seeing things. Going square eyes from looking at the screen. It's going to stand up for a second.
Got any new screensavers? Pardon? Loads, mate.
So just to tell you how the standings are looking at the moment in the junior girls 100. Cara McDade from Hurst has won both races so far. She's on 32 points. Stella Cowman from Burgess Hill, a name we've heard a lot today, is in second place with 26. Nelly from Eastbourne, who we saw earlier, in third place. So this looks like Charlotte Rayner potentially from Burgess Hill. Great run there, really strong, powerful run. So again, graded final, so we'll see what happens in terms of the fastest time overall. But again, really, really powerful run there. Yeah, so that's Charlotte Rayner. It's a great run by Charlotte, putting herself in contention, I reckon. She's currently in 5th place in terms of scoring. So currently 1, 2, 3 for Cara from Hurst, Stella Burgess Hill, and Nelly from Eastbourne. Okay, and Ruby from Burgess Hill as well is on just a couple of points behind Nelly and Stella. Oh, sorry, Nelly and Stella are on a joint second. As we start to see, I think, what will be the inter-boys high jump. So there's Cara there with the long socks, and Hurst, Nelly next to her, and I'm presuming then just in the lane outside of Cara. So what's the triple here? Who's that? Alex Leach. So Alex, interestingly, because I teach Alex business, and I don't know if I'd say this in case my headmaster's listening, but on Friday we just watched him run in the Diamond League finals 2 years ago. He won that race. So here we go into the final of the junior girls, the final heat of the junior girls 100 metres. So ones to watch here, Cara, Stella and Nelly, who are in the 3 middle lanes here. Opportunity to obviously take home a load of points. You see a little bit of a shot put. And that was good timing, because that is a fantastic throw by the Worth thrower there. As we get back to the 100 for the start. So Nelly choosing to go with the standing start. The others down to the sprint start. Good start up quite quickly. Good. So you can really see these young athletes with their on their face, that strength. Looks close between Cara and, I mean, I think we might need a replay of that one, because I'm not going to be able to tell who has got that at all. So Cara and Stella, they're really, really close. But yeah, great start, really strong start from all 3 in the middle there. And you can see that Cara's just out in front, and then Stella works hard towards the end, and it's going to come down to the dip. I think it's my job to tell you who's won that, but I just don't know. I've got no idea. As we said, we have got, you can see the man with the white sleeves. If we just go back to the right, you'll be able to see the white sleeves and the red Hurst Geely on. Oh, well, they've given it to Cara. There we go. So Cara's just won. So we have got Mr. Baldanzi, our resident photo finisher. Great jump there by the Seaford high jumper. Yes, we've got the resident photo finish, and to be fair, the apps that we get on that are they're fantastic now, and they do a great job in terms of really picking out people as they go through each time. So great to see. Ooh. I think he looks okay. Just bit of a dodgy landing off the hop, but it looks okay. I think he'll be able to continue. So with the field events, you tend to get 3 jumps or throws, and your best then counts towards your placing. As we get ready for the junior boys long jump, 100 metres. And I can tell you current standings. So they'll probably have a couple of heats here. The current standings: in first place, Oscar Mann from Hurstwood Point. He's won both races so far. Second place, Charlie from Worth, who's got a 3rd and a 4th. Jaden from Seaford on 20 points, and then a couple of people, Shimmy from Ardingly, Simon and Simba from Worth and Seaford respectively, on a couple of points below. So again, we'll really see. So I think this will be again a couple of graded ones. I can see the current leaders in that just lining up behind them for the second race. We're off for a great start. Great to see, well, we've got 5 from Lancing, it seems, in this race. Great to see. Oscar Lawton there in the inside from Hurst. He's just coming back from injury. Great run by Oscar. Manages to get over there and secure the win. And I've just been, by my glamorous assistant, Sophie, thank you. I've just been handed the current records for today. I can tell you that we have 2 records so far today. You heard it here first. He'll be breaking records for a time. In the senior boys 200 metres, Timmy Easton has broken his own record, which was 22 seconds. He's now run 21.89. Great jump by Abby there from Hurst. And then the interboys hurdles, the old record was 14.49, and Ronan Daniel from Hurst has run a 14.42. So well done to Timmy and Ronan, new record breakers today, even if Timmy has broken his own record, but fantastic. Well done to those two. So we could see a bit of high jump going on. I think, as we said, that's going to be the inter-boys high jump. And as we get now ready for the junior boys final heat, and you'll see some real strong athletes here. So the Worth thrower, another fantastic shot put there. Let's have a look actually. Junior boys shot put that is. Let's see who's where in that, because I think the gentleman we've just seen throw there will be up there. So I can tell you with the junior boys, we'll come back to junior boys in a second because the 100 metres is about to start. So ones to watch here, you've got Oscar Mann from Hurst, Jaden from Seaford, and Charlie from Worth. So the three in the middle there. Three from the right is Charlie, then Oscar, and then Jaden. Expect quick times. So a good start from Oscar. It's more of a small, compact runner, so you tend to see him start well. So really good drive there, and Oscar has flown there. Great run by Oscar. Sorry if we had any poor language there. But yeah, great runs by all the runners there. And again, just it's the event that everybody wants to win. I think everyone wants to win any event, but the 100 metres, that real marquee event when it comes to this. So fantastic to see. What's been brilliant this year, again, big shout out to our CheersMate Production cameramen. We've got 4 of them working today, so well done. They're doing a great job of getting as much sport as possible, athletics as possible to you. So not just the track events, but the field events as well. So we've seen everything from the javelin, a bit of high jump here, and also the long and triple as well. Shot put, discus, name it, we've got it all. Steeplechase next year. I'm going to speak to Kifty and we're going to get steeplechase. So as we move on to the inter-girls, so inter-girls 100 metres, we'll let you know the standings currently.
Your practice jump was further than all your other jumps.
So currently in first place is Jess Hennessy from Worth, and she has 28 points. B. Payne from Hurst College is in second with 18. Anna Jameson is third. She's only competed once though, with 16. So again, Jess would be favourite for the gold overall, having competed in both events. Anna has run the quickest time so far this season of 13:20. So again, hopefully we might see a really good race in that. So if we head over to the start of the 100 now for the first intergirls race. So we've got the 2 runners from Mayfield there, further to the right. 1 from Lancing, 1 from Worth, Georgia from Hurst, and a runner from Burgess Hill. And good start from all of them. And again, just because these are graded, the girls in the second heat will probably be the ones who are further up. But a great run here. It's going to be tight on between the Mayfield runner and the Burgess Hill runner on the outside. I think I can tell that one with my eyes. Mayfield. I'm going to go Mayfield. I'm putting a mortgage on it. It's a brave call from me there. So hopefully in the next sort of couple of minutes, someone's going to come join me again. I'm just waiting to see. Obviously, Flo, who chatted to us earlier, is about to race in the senior girls 100, so an opportunity for that. Oh, I put a mortgage on and I've got it wrong. Oh, have I? Oh no, they've called it a draw. Oh no, they're working it out. They're working it out.
Steeplechase. We don't do the steeplechase.
I could lose my house here, guys. This is pressure.
Oh, it's over there.
You can see if you just... Here we go. The result is happening. Oh no. Well, congratulations to the Burgess Hill runner, but I've just lost my house. So this is the Interboys high jump, where we said we've got a Beads were talking about earlier. They've got a really good competitor in that, who will be looking to try and go on and clinch a gold medal today, and in the seniors as well. So again, with the high jump, you'll tend to see a lot of athletes all around the sort of, probably in the interboys, like 150 mark. As we look again at the Worth thrower. He's had a really good couple of throws so far. It's going to be another good one. And let's head over to the second heat of the Intergirls 100 metres, which is about to start. So, ones to watch here. You can see Jess, who is in the middle lane with a tape down her leg for Worth. Just next to her, Anna from Hurst. So Anna's only competed once, so I think as Jess has competed twice, she will hopefully take home the gold medal for Worth there. And Anna looking to try and, well, anything could happen. We'll wait and see. It'll be a good race between these two. They've raced for the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 years, all the way from year 9, both in year 11 now. So good start from Anna there. Great start as well from the Seaford runner just outside her. Oh, we've got it back. Oh, Anna's looking to, and I think Anna will take that. Jess in second, so that'll be enough to give Jess the overall Diamond League victory for the year, and I think that will potentially be enough, depending on that, to get Anna up. It will be enough. So Anna will go home with the silver medal. So well done. Again, Anna's 2 wins there, but Jess is able to compete across all 3 events, so it's gone home with more points. So congratulations to them both, and well done to the other runners as well, who have really competed well there. So, jump there for Ella Kennedy-Martin. I tell you, she's never not got a smile on her face, even when you tell her to do something better. But she's fantastic. It's great to see. There she is. Smart. Oh, she's running away now. But yeah, there's a good bunch of those year 11s at her. So to see them all there, they're all competing together. They really love it. And like we say, with the long jump, it's fantastic to see. And it looks like I'm not going to have to talk to you on my own anymore. So I've got Bruce here from Worth with me. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm not too bad, thanks. Weather's taking a turn for the better, I think. Really.
Yeah, just about. We needed it. So I'll tell you what, perfect timing. We've got some Worth competitors in this race here. So we're on to the Interboys 100 metres. I think we'll jump off the high jump and look back at there. So who are the guys to watch out for as your sprinters?
So we've got Matt Cronell in lane 3 and Billy Goodridge-McHugh in lane 5.
Perfect. Who's going to win out of the 2 of them?
I would suspect it will be Billy.
So again here, probably going to do 2 heats, but
it's going to be quite close.
It's going to be tight between the 2 of them. I think you've got. Oh, you've just about got it.
I called it right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I just lost my house apparently, because I said no way that Mayfield girls won it. She hadn't. So I've just lost everything. Who else are we looking out for today from the Worth team then?
Well, we've had some good performances already. Charlie Coxon was a good run, and Killian McCann, even though he took the wrong medal home, but we'll sort that one out.
Did he take the gold home, or was it his anyway?
I think it was his anyway.
Fine. So we've got Daniel, who's one of your jumpers, who's a really good jumper in the long and triple as well.
Yes, he's struggled a bit over the season. I think everyone has, because with the break for basically 2 years from competing, they're just not used to it.
No, I agree. I think it's difficult. So what were you guys doing to sort of support them in terms of sport during lockdown periods when you could?
Well,
the same as everyone.
Yeah, the same as everybody else. Bit of this, bit of that. Live streaming, lots of YouTube clips and things we've posted ourselves. some live sessions, and just trying to keep them entertained but also fit, in general terms, and also more specific, technique bits. So I think it's been tough on them.
So it looks like here we've got, I can tell you that there are hundreds of people competing in the Interboys 100. At the moment, Max Arnold is leading the way for Hurst on 30 points, but Christian from Worth is in second place. Is he one of the ones who's just run, or is he still to run?
No, he did the hurdles. I can't remember if he is going to be doing the 100 or not.
He's in second place. I'd get on the tell him to do it.
Yeah, I hope he is then. Trying to look down at the start line, see if I can see him.
Yeah, it's impossible to sort of see anything. But yeah, no, it's a great opportunity. How many athletes have you got here today, roughly?
It keeps changing. I'm not quite sure. We did have a few unfortunate dropouts. We had our own sports day yesterday, and I think one or two people have paid the price. Either that they got a proper injury or they just bruised their egos.
Yeah, I think it's tough. So sports day is always an interesting one. I think you'll be similar to us, where you've got other sports like cricket and stuff, and then you get guys turning up who are cricketers, and then they throw a javelin and they chuck it.
Absolutely, that
miles.
I think
fantastic
good run there. I think that was probably yesterday was the sort of blue ribbon event was our senior javelin because for one reason we've got some good javelin throwers all at the same age at the top end of the school, and we've got some good throwers from cricket, so it was a good event.
I'll just for a second say here, so this is Nana from Lancing, and I can tell you his mum's just down, who's just won the 100-metre heat there, and his mum's just down there. She's come all the way down from London to watch him run, and he's absolutely smashed the competition away there. He missed out on one event, so that might put him into a medal contention if he wins. So it's great to see these kids. Oh no, he's from Eastbourne. Sorry, I thought I got it wrong. Well, whoever it was, he smashed it. So yeah, hopefully, obviously, what Christian running for you in a bit. But, so what sort of when they're coming out to game session, what are people choosing more often than not in terms of events? What are your strongest events at the school?
I think we're pretty good, really. I suppose at the hurdles. And of course you only have to have one or two, and it encourages the others to keep going. And they've got a sort of role model, someone to look at for the technique. So we do pretty well on the hurdles, and senior javelin's quite good at the moment. But I wouldn't say we've got a sort of a real strength, because often you'll find one of your coaches is a top coach and whatever, so it sort of encourages more people to get involved with it. We're all sort of pretty much of a muchness, no real specialist. So
you're all fantastic.
We're
is
all
what you're saying.
good all-rounders.
Yeah. That's great. Another good race here. So we're still, as you want to be the triple jump. So yeah, another good race there. We're heading towards, I think, what will be the final heat. I did see someone removing their hoodie and with a Worth vest on underneath. So hopefully that's Christian there, ready to go.
I hope so.
Is this him here? We can see on.
No.
Is that not him?
That could well be. When he gets up, we've got 2, 3 in this.
I think lane 3 we're looking at.
That is Christian.
Yeah, so Christian on the blocks
Christian
there.
lane 3.
And so we've got Max Arnold is in lane 4. So the two of them using the starting blocks are currently first and second. So it should be a good race between them. So there he is there. So he did turn up, which is
That's good.
Yeah, so Christian currently on 26 points. Hoping that we might be able to see a really good run from him. And I can see there that in lane 5 is Nana from Lancing, who won the event last time. We've also can see Daniel further out for
and Austin as well on lane 8. So
okay, so hopefully this should be a really good race. It's interesting to see, isn't it? So there's Daniel and Austin there. So out of those 3, who's going to win? Can you double your money? Oh, it's a tough one.
It's a tough call.
Daniel looks very calm. His hands are just in his pockets, ready to go.
Yes, he wouldn't know it's Saturday.
I think the best one was when we had the meet at Hurst before the Diamond League, and he just kept coming back to triple jump and long jump. We're like, can I compete in this one? And we went, we're a bit behind time, so it turns up for the junior girls. Like, can I just join in? And we're like, no, come on. Right, so here we go.
Here we go.
As the boys get ready.
Eyes down.
It's a tough one because I think Max has obviously won the first race, came second in the last one. Nana beat him by 100th of a second. Again, and Christian just by 900ths of a second, so I think it is up for grabs.
Christian's more of a hurdler than a sprinter, so
it'll be interesting to see. It's also interesting to see that obviously there's two of them with the blocks because they just feel comfortable using them, and I think if you don't train and practice with them, it becomes difficult to then use them when it comes down to it.
Yeah, so I know we try and get them to practice with them if they're going to be using them.
This will be... Oh, look at that.
Would you believe it?
Well, and this is a good time to thank Jimmer, who's our starter, for doing this. There's Ella again.
I was going to say, Jim, there's not many false starts with Jim around.
No, it isn't about, but I think, you know, it's important, isn't it? Like, we're talking here about, for these guys, when it is 100th of a second that's separated, and that is going to make a real big difference. So it's great to have Jim, obviously knows what he's doing. He's unlike many of us, not the happy amateur. He is genuinely pistol Pete, and gets this on the right way. But there are no disqualifications in this, I think. Especially you go to some places where they're like, right, you false started, you're out. But I mean, it's all about that sort of engagement and getting as many people competing.
I think it's probably a faulty start rather than a false start.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really sure. I'm just so excited. There we go. It's off, and they're off the second time. Great start by Nana in lane 5. Needs to be heading. Max chasing him down.
Good race.
I think. I think Max, Nana first, Max second, and then between Christian.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if he got it on the dip on the line.
Yeah, well, I think we'll see a replay though. But yeah, good run. So you can see a great start from Nana in lane 5 from Lancing. Really strong, powerful start to get into their run. And I think we've got the competitor in lane 1 from Seaford had a really good race, which might be, I'm not sure if it's Harry or Finley, but really good position. So you can see, it's tough to call. We'll see how they line. We might be able to see how they line them up. I think they're still just deciding. But yeah, first for Nana, second, and I think
looks like Christian got third.
Yeah, I think he's got it on the dip, but I can't see the other guy there. And as we said that, the rain has started to begin to come down, but we're under this nice gazebo here. Yeah, I think he's been... I think they missed one out there, but they've definitely missed one out. I can only apologise for the weather that we've had. Not that it's my fault, but as a spectators, run for cover. They've got or umbrellas. They've got them. Some have come prepared. Hopefully, it's going to be a passing shower. I can see some sun in the distance. It could be going completely the opposite way, but it'll be fine.
Well, it's par for the course. Yeah, exactly. K2. You get 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We were here in midweek, and we had a torrential hailstorm.
Oh, we was it Monday or Tuesday? We were out. I think it was Monday, and we were out at games, and you could hear like see the lightning, hear the thunder, and we're just like, we'll just stay out. There's no rain yet, and I think it's probably the closest I've ever been to the storm because it was literally just like lightning, thunder straight away, and in the end, Kifty came out and went, it's not worth it. Just get them in, and it absolutely came down for quite a while. But yeah, really good one. I think that should probably, compared to depending on the other heats, give Christian a really good chance of a medal, either silver or bronze. As we head over to what is now the senior girls 100 metres. Let's have a look at what senior girls 100. So currently Molly from Eastbourne is in first place, Harriet in second place, and Flo in third. And what I might ask you is you can bring us through this last race, and then I'll let you run off and do some real work. So if we head to the 100 start now, so just watch this last long jump. I think we might be I think we're currently in the position of everyone trying to keep the cameras dry. Once the cameras are dry, then we'll get there. But we can see there's a bit of javelin going on still. I mean, it's absolutely horrible out there now.
Not good conditions for javelin
No,
throwing.
it's slippery. But again, one of the great things as we've got I can talk you through it without having the picture currently.
We'll see the end of it.
Yeah, we'll see you coming through. And here we go. We've got the reverse camera. So that's a great run. That's Harriet Armstrong in first, Flo in second, and then I presume the Mayfield run that we haven't had before. But yeah, I think that will probably mean that Harriet goes away with the gold medal. So well done to Harriet.
Well done, Harriet.
And then Flo will take the silver, and I presume it will mean that Molly, who wasn't able to compete today, has got enough to hang on to the bronze. So well done to those three and all the runners in there. I'll let you run off and do the calculations and see if Christian's held on to a medal.
Yes, I'll hopefully give him the good news, hopefully.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Right,
stay dry. Good. Cheers.
Bye.
So now we go into the final 100 metres here. We're 2 heats by the looks of it, and we are in to the senior boys, which means Timmy will be running. Will he? I think it's tough because the record might not go today because of the rain that's just come down, but hopefully some good races. So I can tell you currently the standings for the 100. Timmy Esan from Arden lies in first place on 32. Jamie Arnold from Hurst College, 28 points. And then we have 4 athletes: Max from Eastbourne, Charlie from Worth, Luke from Hurst, Kwame from Lancing, all on 14 points. So there are medals still up for grabs. I think first and second probably going to Timmy and Jamie, but we never know. And then we'll see what might happen then in terms of third place. Again, you can see these guys here, what's happening. They're still smiling, they're still happy, even though it has absolutely hammered it down. And that's what the Diamond League's about. I think when Rob Kift started it with the help of all the other schools, it's just great that there's more people willing to sort of get involved and just take part in these events, because it just gives them that opportunity to really be successful and to compete against friends. And they do become friends afterwards. It sounds a bit cheesy and corny, but they do. They get to play and compete with each other week in, week out. And hopefully next year we'll get back into a bit of a longer one, maybe 5 events. Eastbourne hopefully willing to able to host one next year, and we'll get an evening one at K2. But yeah, it's just fantastic for all these guys to be out to compete. So the 100 metres final for the senior boys. I keep saying final, I don't mean that, but I mean just 100 metres. So the first heat here. Looks like athletes from quite a few different schools, which is great to see. They're under starters' orders.
Go on, Charlie!
And they're off first time. Support for Charlie there, we hear. Not sure who Charlie is. Strong run in the from the Worth runner. Really strong run for the Worth runner, and he's taken that there. Looks like quick times as well. So and that's Charlie Rudman, who was one of the students on 14 points. Right, well, I'm joined by another guest commentator, Susie Clapp from Burgess. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. And a great day of athletics.
Well, now that you've only come up because it's started raining, isn't it? It's like, I'll do that now. Yeah, my time to do it.
Exactly right, exactly right.
So we've got 100 metres left, the senior boys. We've got Timmy, who's a star name in the Diamond League running in this. And how have your athletes got on today?
Yeah, I've been really pleased with how the girls have performed today. We've had a few excellent performances. Stella Cowman's been very good in the 100 metres and 200 metres and the long jump. I think she's taken away 2 golds and a silver medal. Peanut Meekins is one of our strongest throwers in the senior age group. She's taken a medal in the shot put and the javelin. Tilly Rowick as well has been very consistent in the field events. She took some medals in the high jump and the discus. So overall, it's been a really pleasing afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's great to see you've got loads of athletes here, and they're just coming in. It's great when they all sort of pop up together because there's 4 or 5 of them who want to do something together and tend to. That's great to see.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got over 35 girls competing from year 8 through to the senior age group, and it's really nice to see the girls back competing. Obviously, it's been a challenging year in a competitive sport, but the girls have been really supportive of each other. It's been really nice to see our year 11s and our upper 6th, who have obviously been studying hard for their exams, performing as well as cheering on the year 8 and year 9 girls. So it's been a real team effort from the cohort.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just try and get to the start of the 100 metres for the senior boys. So hopefully we can flick across to that. We'll just watch this and then we'll go back to talking about that. So the ones to watch here, so currently in first place is Timmy from Ardingly. Jamie from Hurst is in second. And then, as I said, there's a large group of them on 14 points, so the bronze is up for grabs. Don't blink. This one will be over quickly, I think.
I love watching the boys race.
Yeah, it's so good. So a good start from Timmy, a good start from Luke on the inside. He is so true to form, but I think a lot of that. Timmy's come away with first, Jamie's come second there. Luke Willard in third from Hurst. So I'm not sure he's going to take away the bronze overall, but he's a phenomenal athlete. I don't know how much you've seen him in lots of events, but he's a brilliant athlete, isn't he?
Amazing power and amazing speed.
Yeah, his record of 10.74 is ridiculous, I think. But
he'll be one to watch maybe in a few years' time, and maybe the Paris Olympics in
a couple of years. Yeah. I think you're right, and I think it's great, as you've said. Just well, there's great choice of glasses for the. It's not sunny.
I think they're glasses so she can see as well.
Behind, they're like the ones that will change and then.
Yeah, they change depending on the.
Depending on how light
weather.
it is.
Yeah.
So who have we to run? I think this is the warm up for the. It's supposed to be the senior girls long jump.
Yeah, senior girls long jump. That one running through there was Jess Farrant. She will be one of our good athletes, very good triathlete.
Yeah, she's been. I think if we look at the standings, I think she's quite high up in terms of that. Let's have a
I think she
look.
missed the first event, but did well in the second event, so has put herself in the running. I think she's currently in bronze in the long jump.
So you know all these already. But yeah, so Izzy Humphreys from Hurst has won both events so far, but she's not competing today because she's injured. So she's on 32 points. Charlotte from Ardingly is on 22 points. And Jess, obviously, as you said, didn't compete in the first one, but came second in the second one. Is currently in third, so potentially a chance for. I'm just going to do my maths. She won't be able to catch Izzy, but depending on how her and Charlotte compete today, she can get silver. So that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be great.
So what are the events that when you go out and do your training that the girls are sort of rushing to get to? What are their favourite ones?
I think actually this year we've actually spent quite a bit of time over the shorter distances. During the winter we do a lot of cross country, so we're normally pretty good at the middle distance. So we spent this year quite a bit of time on sprint starts and that acceleration phase, and I think that's actually proved quite beneficial for our 100s, 200s and 300s. So we spent quite a bit of time on the sprint distances, and in the fields we spent quite a bit of time this year in our discus, because that's always one of the hardest throwing events. The girls find that incredibly hard. The javelin and the shot seem to be a lot easier technically wise. So we spent a lot of time in the discus working on the spin, and yeah, it's been great to see actually the girls really I think we won the gold, silver and bronze actually in the intermediates, which was great. And I think, again, we might have medalled in the juniors and the seniors, and they're beginning to throw sort of more like the 23, 24, 25 rather than just that sort of 16, 17. We can't ever seem to get them over.
Yeah, it is. It's really good to see that sort of, if you can get that technical aspect of that. So just using this example there, you can see that the discus sort of stalls because they get the hand sort of placement sort of changes. So rather than going out at a, what's the optimal angle? I'll test you now. What's the optimal angle to get a discus out at?
The optimal angle, I wouldn't know in terms of angle, but obviously you want to try and get it as flat as you can, and obviously the release wants to be off the index finger.
So people would tend to throw it off their little finger, won't they? Which to try and get the spin.
It inwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always say to like brush the ball like you would in tennis with a top spin. That's what you want to do with the discus coming off the index finger.
So good. We're up to the serious heights in the high jump here. We can see. So there was some great. We've got some great senior and interboy high jumpers there. So great clearance from.
Great technique.
Oh, bit of false start. Worried by something on the floor. There's Olivia Ellis from Hurst deciding to wear full trackies. Yeah, you often see them at the Olympics in full trackies. She's warming up, maybe.
And the hood is up.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. But yeah, no, it's really interesting to see sort of like we talk about just the competition. You'll have some that's much better in terms of the launch angle, wasn't it? But you see. Not just for example, Peanut's a fantastic thrower and she's going to go to most events and probably win them. But just the other girls and boys who want to come here and just compete and might be able to get maybe a fourth or a fifth, but they're competing against the same people week in, week out, and they can just try and improve their throws, try and get close to that record. So it's really vital for them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We've brought a lot of girls that maybe a third or fourth in our year group that are just learning what it's like to be in a competition and give them that experience. You know, they're not in a medal contention, but to get us out, for them to get out on the track, or the field events, I think it's really important for them, and they're getting their points towards the team.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you go to some meets and it's just like 1, 2, you're A string, B string, and that's it. And it's just a real sort of. Elite is the wrong word because you've got to have that platform for those real top level athletes to get that competition, but you also want the opportunity to have people going and having 4 or 5 from the school because your third person might still be quite good.
Definitely, I just think it gives a lot of opportunity for strength in depth and a lot of opportunity for all the athletes to compete at a good level. And I think it's just been such a challenging year. Everyone has missed that competitive edge, and this Diamond League is just brilliantly run by Hurst, and I just think that it gets as many athletes out competing, and it's not just focusing on the elite, it's focusing on sport for everyone.
So yeah, I agree. So we're into the 1500s. We're a little bit behind time, so it looks like we're going to have the junior boys and girls in together. Who are we looking out for from Burgess Hill here?
So for Burgess Hill, we have Florence Hill in the 1500 and Evie Mitchell for our junior girls. Unfortunately, our inter girls athlete Charlotte Hogbin is out playing netball.
That's the problem. All the sports are like, we haven't done anything, so you all have to do everything.
We also have Rosie Rawlings as well in the inter girls.
So we've just seen a great clearance there from the Beads athlete, who I believe is a senior boys athlete who jumped 185 last week. 188 is the record, so he's going for that.
Whoa.
But again, that is a proper height. So yeah, if we look at, let's talk about the under 15 girls first. So currently, Katie from Ardenley is in first place in the overall standings. Ella from Hurst is in second, and Eva from Seaford is in third. So yeah, we've got Florence and Evie, who is Florence got 12 points, so a couple of points behind.
Yeah, she ran the 800, so she's towards the back of the pack at the moment. She really pushed it in the 800, so she's doubling up. So we'll see how she goes.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting when you're like, I'm a long distance runner. Whereas if you say, oh, I'm a sprinter, and you do 100 and 200, then that's fine because it's only 300 metres. But then you're like running loads more. Just very good in the boys, we've got Ali Rose Doyle from Hurst, who's currently in first with 32 points. Finn McDonald from Seaford with 22, and Theo Crutterton from Eastbourne 22. So we talked about Theo earlier. I think you can see him just in third place there. But it's quite interesting when you have the boys and girls running together, because I think for the stronger girls, it gives them a real opportunity to almost sort of chase or be on the shoulder of someone, whereas sometimes you're at the front, you don't get that support.
Definitely, yeah. There's a really good junior girl, I think Katie Voss from Ardingly, like incredible 5:07, 5:08 for 1500. I think she's coming round now in sort of third or fourth with the boys, and it's great to see young girls, year 8, coming through, pushing those boys all the way. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, you can see that there. What we'll probably do is I'll let you go at the completion of this race, and then we'll tag in.
Thanks so much.
That you can talk us through to the end of this race. So they'll take a while, these ones. So in terms of what were you guys doing through the lockdown and everything whilst everyone was doing that?
So yeah, lockdown, I think the second lockdown in the winter was a lot tougher than the first lockdown last summer. So this time we did all live PE lessons this time. So we did a huge amount of HIIT sessions, hence my body was broken by the end. We did a lot of HIIT sessions, a lot of strength and conditioning, a lot of circuit work with all our classes. We also offered a dance program for those more athletic girls. And then we also set up like some sort of fun events on Strava, so the girls could go out and push on and do their own running and their own cycling and set up some competitions like that. But I think it actually was really, really beneficial for their mindset to get them out off the laptop and off the screen, help their mental well-being. And when they came back in March, I really believed actually they were in much better shape than they were when they returned in September.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's that aspect of if you are, and I mean we would have found it as well, you're sat as teachers in front of a computer rather than in front of people, and it becomes a real sort of challenge. So you're right, for those students to just be able to engage, and I think the majority of students are competitive, aren't they? So they want to be doing that. So if they are on Strava, and Strava's great for it, oh, this person just ran 10K, I'm going to run 11K, and it's great. And just keeping them in contact with one another, doing that is important. As we come to the final lap by that very loud bell that we just heard. But yeah, so I think you can sort of see here is that Katie for the girls is really far out in front with there.
Yeah.
And Ali as well for the boys. You can just see him. You'll see him in the back of this shot now as he comes round at the top bend. And then your two girls just coming through here for the final lap.
Yep. Yeah, looking pretty tired. Flo's looking pretty tired.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
It is. Evie's just a steady Eddie.
See, I can never do this. I literally
It's a killer, isn't it?
When everyone, it's more the fact that when everyone's like running 5K, I'm like, right, I run 5K, and the first kilometre I'm like, gone, and then after that I just can't run.
Yeah, the pacing, isn't it? The pacing.
Yeah.
Right?
You see Ali come through there for the win there, so he's won all three, so he'll go home with the gold medal. Well done, Ali. Great run by the Lancing College runner there. I'm not sure he's competed before, but well done to him. He's done great there. And then this looks like Theo from Eastbourne, who we were chatting about earlier, so great run from him. It's that strong, powerful finish they've still got. We've just got who's this who's just waving their medal at us here?
That's Ella Crescendo, one of our sixth formers, obviously won the gold medal in the senior girls discus with a PB, actually. She's very pleased with herself today.
That's what it's all about. Ella, you can't obviously see Ella at home, but she's just come up. She's just like waving. She's a little gold medal. But that's what it's all about. Just them, just having that real sort of pride in how well they've done.
Definitely, you know, and she's a lower sixth girl. It's really good for those 17, 18-year-old girls to be out here on the track, whether it's track or field, competing. Yeah, and obviously they love to take home a bit of
bit of silverware, goldware. But no, it's great. I'll let you shoot off. Thank you so much for doing that, and have a lovely rest of your day. And good luck to your girls. Cheers.
Okay, bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
hello. Hello, hello. It's like eating my woo. Helen, that was awful. You shout right and then you shout my name.
So I don't know if you can hear that from home, but we didn't think it could be broken. I was chatting to Duncan earlier from Arden Line. He's like, that's quick. Timmy, you are phenomenal. You've just run 10.6. So anyone watching, supporting Timmy at home, he's just run 10.6 100 metres. That is lightning quick. That is ridiculously quick. Well done. So again, 5 records have been broken today. We knew about the ones for, well, Timmy's got 2 records today. Interboys heard us Ronan Daniel. I'm going to try and find out the other 2. So bear with me and I'll give it a go.
Archers, I'm so good.
So another guest commentator. I've got Julia from Mayfield. How are you today? All right?
Hello, how are you?
I'm having a great time. I've stayed dry, which is important. So
Yes, well, I think we've been very lucky with the weather today, haven't we?
yeah, well, compared to some other stuff this week. So you were saying, we were just chatting about, you've got no Mayfield runners in this event, but then in the senior girls, you've got a 1,500 metre runner?
Yeah, we've got a 1,500 metre girl who's a senior, Jemima, who is going to be in part of the race.
And what would she be happy with running today? What sort of?
We're looking to do sub 5:30 would be nice.
So she can run.
So she's a good runner, yeah. She's one of our obviously older athletes and has sort of been with us right from year 7, has come through all the competitions and really enjoys it and has just welcomed coming back to be competing again.
Yeah, so if I'm looking at the moment are the current standings. So and again, it's not, they can't always compete in every event. Connie from Burgess Hill is currently in 1st place because she's competed both events. So she came 3rd in the first meet and then 5th in the second meet. Poppy from Ardingly came 1st in the first meet and looked like she ran a record for that, 4:24. That is 4:24 is very quick.
4:24 is exceptionally quick.
Is that not 5:24? I think it might be 5:24.
Well, she could well be, because if it's yellow, then she might have a record.
I'll have a look. We'll see what's going on here. But that is, I don't think I could do that. But yeah, 1,500.
I would love to be able to do that.
4:24. I mean, that's rapid. Well done. Anyway, so great to see them out there. So who else have we looking out for Mayfield today who might have already competed and got medals?
Oh, well, we've had Jemima also has done the Javelin. I think she came 2nd in that. We've had a few girls who have been competing in year 10. Rachel has done exceptionally well with her discus and her shot. I believe she won the shot. We've been bringing some year 9 girls who haven't experienced this before and have really sort of stepped up to the mark. Matilda has done very well with her 100 and her 800, so she's got rather tired legs ready for the relay.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, run this, and they go, oh, run this, and I'll run this, and then you go, oh, I've still got a relay to go. It's just 100 metres, you'll be fine. But that's great. So do the girls really enjoy the sort of diamond lead setup of this, how it works?
I think, obviously with having been out of action for a couple of years, it's been a bit of a shock coming back to competitive situations, especially for, I think, the girls or anybody who is in that sort of age group of year 9 or below. They've lost a whole year of athletics. And so to get them back into this competition has been a bit eye-opening for them, but I think every time they compete they feel more and more confident in what they're doing.
Yeah, I think they're sort of at that age as well. Where I get people coming to do like their long jump run up, and they go, "Oh, I'm just doing this," and they say, "Well, it was this many steps last year," and they don't realise that they've got different size feet and everything as well. So, yeah, but they just sort of go, "Oh, it's the same as last time." It's like, no, you haven't competed for so long, but no, it's fantastic to have them back out and competing again. So we've.
And obviously for you, you've got, with your kids as well. They enjoyed coming back to get back into competition.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that you would have, like most schools, have had the very similar thing of going, right, come in, we'll do some sport on Saturdays, and you get a bit, especially when it's the rugby season, they get a bit like feisty because they're having to compete against their mates rather than potentially going out there and competing against other schools. And I think we all appreciate that as young men and women, they just want it. They want that competitive edge. So being able to come out here again, even in an individual sport like athletics, as we just watched the Ardno runner come in for first place there.
Yeah.
It's a really good run. But yeah, it's just so important for them to be able to compete against one another. But yeah, they've really enjoyed it.
Oh, we've got a good race on here. Who have we got? Is that Eastbourne, Seaford?
Just sort of, yeah, it's worth pulling ahead. We've got the, we've got the girls coming through here. So
it's quite a tough race, this, isn't it, when you've got the girls and the boys competing?
Yeah, it's like working out who's running there. So if we look at the, there's the boys finishing there. So that looks like Olivia, I'd say, from Seaford first, and the Worth runner there, probably B, who's coming second there. So yeah, great to see them all coming through with these great times.
Well, there's a lot of athletes, isn't it? It's great to see so many athletes at this, at this age group and at this distance.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. And I think as well, we said for the 100, you've got loads of them, and they're obviously really excited to get involved with that. But there's definitely the more glamorous events, and unless you are a fantastic long distance runner, it can become a real sort of like slog to get round. So the opportunity for, if there's 4 or 5 of them wanting to get involved, it's great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think we've had girls coming in to run 300 metres, 400 metres. One of our athletes for the area has come in to do the 400. She hasn't done that before. She's been an 800 metre runner in the past. Did very well, ran 1:07, and that's a very good time, considering she's not been back on the track for that long again. But that's a tough event. Yeah, no, definitely. We were chatting about it earlier that it always used to be 400 that's the hardest event because it's just a full sprint. But now, if you watch those 800 metre runners, they're going so fast, aren't they? They're going ridiculously quick the whole way through. So we should be going into, there's a big box in the way, as we go into this sort of final 1500, have the senior boys and girls together. I don't know if we can get the camera over the far side of the track for the 1500. Here we go. Look at this. We've got the magic of technology. And we've got Jemima here on the right-hand side. Yeah, so she's on the inside there. Obviously no lanes for the 1500, but they'll kick off there. Great, you can see that little great atmosphere at the start there. It is. I think it's lovely, isn't it? They're all getting to chat to each other again. Rather than just being, as you say before, just stuck in their own school environment. Yeah, definitely. And as well, because of the way the Diamond League's set up, they see each other every week, pretty much. Whereas if you're playing hockey against a school, you see them once, and then you don't see them until next year. And I remember, just being within the school environment, they're always saying, "Oh, I can't wait to play these guys next year," and it's so different. Whereas week in, week out, they're competing against one another, and they're getting to challenge themselves. Who have we got here? It's Josh. Josh, he needs a shout out because he, not for the discus, but he literally gets involved in every single event. Like, he loves his triple jump. He's one of those guys that will come to every single one. So let's have a little rundown of the. You're getting the timer ready. You've got to work it out. I'm trying to work it out. So currently let me just get to the right Excel spreadsheet so I don't tell you the wrong things. So we said Connie first place, Poppy, and then Jessie from Seaford. That's 1, 2, 3 at the moment, or one tied second. And then for the under 20 boys in the 1500, Nick from Ardingly is in first place with a first and a second place so far on 30 points. What time is he on? 4:27? 4:34 was his faster one. Okay. And then Ethan is in second place, and then Charlie Payne from Seaford. He's only run one event. They all look like they're very much enjoying themselves running at the moment. Yeah, this has someone slowed down the camera? Yes, I was going to say, but they're all smiling as well.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Is this a tactic?
It is slightly, or yes.
Not sure. Here
I'm
we go.
not quite sure what's going on, but they're all still smiling.
Yeah, I think there's been
A little bit of camaraderie in there.
Bit of a better throw from Josh there as we. But yeah. Oh no! Now we go.
Now
Was it
we're
the first 300 we'll jog, and then after that
and we're
we'll
off.
go. So the Eastbourne runner here could potentially be Freddie Dunkley. He's competed in both. He's taken them out. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because if you've got several runners who are of the same ability, they'll often tend to almost support each other in the running.
Pull each other along. I mean, I think it's such a tactical race, the 1500, and that tactic will change all the time depending on which competition you're in, who you're competing against. You know, do you know the other runners who are with you? And I think now actually having boys and girls in it makes it even more difficult tactically, especially for the girls. Not quite sure how to pace that first.
I think we were saying earlier,
700.
It's brilliant for perhaps some of the really stronger girls who maybe don't always get that opportunity. If they're always at the front, they need someone to almost pull them through. So you can see the Seaford runner here. She's sticking up with the boys who not necessarily got their back together again. There was sort of a breakaway, but then they've gone back together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does give some of those stronger girls the opportunity to do that.
5:32. Yeah, so we've got a Seaford girl coming through. We've got Jemima coming through.
Jemima currently is second. We should give her. She's in tied fourth at the moment on 14. So if she was to hang on to second here, I think she'd probably get up into a position to get a medal, which would be great.
Oh, it would be. Very committed to her running, and certainly has stayed committed throughout lockdown.
Yeah, it's great. That's the thing, isn't it? It's just if they're willing to keep it going, then they've got more chance of then coming to these events and doing really well. We just look a bit at the boys.
Okay, we've got a little bit of a breakaway starting now over here.
Yeah, we've got the Eastbourne. I think is Mr. Dunkley is heading off. It depends. I think he hasn't kicked early, has he? There's still a lap to go.
Oh yes. Well, he's got his watch on,
Yeah,
so he obviously knows what he's doing.
Proper runner. And if we could you can see sort of on the back straight, the driver's just holding on to that second place. We've got a couple of girls there behind her.
Here we are, we're on the bell. He's off, we've got Beads following.
What do you reckon? I think
he's going to take it.
Do you reckon just no that lactic acid build up on the final leg?
He looks comfortable though.
Yeah.
Very comfortable. It's going to be interesting, nice little tussle between the three who are on the back leg.
Yeah, and as we see the Seaford runner, who I think is Jessie, coming through for Seaford, coming for the bell. And then Jemima just in second place. We've got the runner from...
Struggling a little bit, but she might pick it up.
If we look at the sort of home straight here for... I think as well, it's like you've just got to remember when you're in that position, it's like she's thinking, am I going to get to the Seaford runner? Maybe not, but just holding off the one behind.
Yeah.
Here
we are.
Yeah, as they come down the home straight.
Lovely run.
Yeah, he's timed that well.
He has, very comfortable.
I think he was the one probably saying, first lap, guys, we'll just jog it, see what happens. And then, yeah.
Oh, we've got Beads.
Beads coming second, and sprint finish from the Ardingly runner. So great to see.
Well done, Ardingly.
So as we sort of probably turn our attention to the girls' race now, just heading into the back straight is the Seaford runner. So she looks like to have this in the bag. I think after that we'll pop to Jemima, and I'm not sure who the other girl running is.
Is there a Worth runner out there?
I think it might be Worth, but haven't competed yet.
No.
But this looks to be Jessie driving on here. As they come down the sort of home straight here. So great run there by Jessie, well done.
Yeah.
I think here we go. So I think Cameron stick with these two. So Jemima against, it's from Lancing. Could be Rhea from Lancing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real sprint finish. Great run by Jessie.
I think
she's just taking
a bit. Not quite got enough left in her legs.
She needs to hang on to third,
be a little bit frustrated, but at the same time, I think it is about the time and whether or not they get in a position that they want to be in.
Well, I think
it's all about personal achievement as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, and as well, I think that's going to give her 12. It will give her 12 points. And looking on that with my that'll put her up to 26 points, which should give her maybe bronze, maybe even silver.
Maybe that'd be nice.
But yeah, what I'll do is I'll let you run off for the relays. But thank you so much for coming and chatting with us.
It's a pleasure. Nice to chat to you, and well done for your commentating this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm just waiting till it finishes. Hopefully they run the 400s quickly so I can go to the toilet. But yeah, it's great. Thanks. Have a lovely rest of your day, and say well done to Jemima for us. So as we head into the final events of the day, this is the final logistical nightmare. And again, great shout. We can zoom in. I reckon we can zoom in on Steve May. He's the rather tall gentleman with the shorts on, ushering people there. We might be able to zoom in on him if we can find him. So he's now on the track. There he is. So Steve's acting as our marksman today. His job is to basically make sure that the starter can just do his job of firing the gun and get them all in the way. This is really important. Obviously, the runners and the athletes will be given a lane, and then that lane will obviously depend on where they're sort of going to start. And I think as well is that people will have a preference of lane. It's done completely randomly each time, and obviously we're looking for, if you're maybe a 200 metre runner, you might be starting on the first leg or the third leg. And then if you're sort of maybe one of those 100 metre runs, you'll be doing the long, not longer, they're all 100 metres, but just those straighter, the back straight and then the home straight. But it'll be interesting to see here. There will be a little bit of time just while they organise that, so just a good opportunity to remind you all to head over, if you have Instagram, head over to the SISDL Athletics Instagram. Some great photos being put up there by our resident cameraman, Martin Woodhead. You can follow his personal stuff as well, MCW Shoots, I shout that out. And then, but yeah, just a great opportunity for you guys to have a look at some photos and for those athletes to see themselves. Just, I'll do Rob's sort of job that he would say, and it's just that we're trying to build the event every year. So the more and more people that we can get coming to these events, the more athletes is just what we're trying to achieve. And then hopefully we're in a position where we can have all those spectators back, and it's great to have a couple here today, but just that opportunity for these guys to be seen. That's why we live stream it, plus that and the vanity project for me of just hearing my own voice. But yeah, just that opportunity for them to be seen. And there are some fantastic athletes here, and really some athletes that hopefully will go on to bigger and better things, and as we were talking about earlier, see them in Paris in a couple of years or something like that. But just that opportunity for them to get involved. So we're going to start off with the junior girls relays. I can tell you the current standings as well. And the teams will change each time. So I think if you could potentially only run in the final race and then still get given the medal. Someone else could run the other two and you just get the medal. But I can tell you, currently in first place for the 4x100 junior girls is Hurstby Point College. They have won both races with 32 points. Second, Ardingly on 20. Joint second, Ardingly and Seaford with 20 points each. And fourth, Burgess Hill. Fifth, Ardingly. Sixth, there's two Ardingly teams. Ardingly Prep, that is, so an online prep team. and then 6th Mayfield, 7th Eastbourne, 8th Seaford 2. So some of the schools will put in, as you know, they're so keen, they'll put in so many other teams as well.
Timing you.
14.
Yeah, right, cool.
Come on, Grace.
So we're looking like we're almost ready to start for the junior girls. Just getting the batons, vital piece of equipment. I think the interesting part would be if you had to sanitize the baton between that. But we're not talking about that anymore. We are on that way out. We are looking forward to having these events more on in the future.
Yeah, Charlie's going second. He's on the back straight.
And he's third?
Yeah, Grace has stopped. Tammy Brown, she had it. And she's the teacher's head, now she's not after.
So I'm joined by Diamond League royalty now. I've managed to get Rob Kiff to stop running around doing everything, and he's going to talk us through the relays. So how's the day gone so far?
Well, the fact that we're down to the relays means we're nearly there in terms of the event. I actually think, and obviously, you know, I've been, the mastermind, the person driving the event, so I'm going to be very biased. But I think today the quality of the athletics, more than anything, and I haven't seen too much because of the organisational side of things, but the quality of the athletics today has been excellent. I have to say, big shout out to the girls. I've not seen so many girls competing this year. Has been the most, in fact, you know, particularly junior girls as well, and actually some of those middle distance events. I've been delighted to see the strong fields that we've had in the 8 and the 1500 metres. So I think it's been a good day. It's certainly been, there's been some quality out there right the way through from the track to the field. There have been records broken. So yeah, I think it's been a very good day.
We've got to talk about that new 100-metre senior boys record, 10.6.
Yeah, look, amazing, and Timmy is that's nearly Olympic trial material. Obviously handheld timing, so we can't qualify it totally, but you know, that's an outstanding a time. And actually what I thought was really good about that race is he dragged runners with him. Jamie Arnold from Hurst and one or two others were dragged on to maybe do PBs for themselves, so brilliant.
So we'll have to I'll stop there for a second with the so Hurst, who were in first place after the two events, have dropped the baton at changeover 2, so there could be some medal changes in this junior girls now. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, changeovers are the dreaded changeovers. Hopefully they all practice. Here we go.
So Burgess Hill changing over in first. Burgess Hill currently sat in 4th place, so likely to
yeah, and I've been really impressed
there.
with the quality of the Burgess Hill girls running and their field events as well. So yeah, it looks like they're going to come in comfortably first there.
Oh, his 2nd place, Seaford just, is it? But yeah, I think that's a thing that happens, isn't it? We see it. You see it at the Olympics as well. You see Jamaica odds-on favourite, and it's those changeovers that will make a difference. But great to see them again just pick that baton back up and carry on and get through. So, but yeah, how have the medal ceremonies gone? Have you managed to get through them all? That was the challenge.
Well, it's been a bit of a bun fight. But, you know, we've got 3.5 hours to do 54 medal ceremonies. Even the smartest of you could work out that that's not going to really happen. But do you know, the best thing about the medal ceremonies is the athletes are really keen to do them, you know, I know it's sort of a bit twee standing on a podium, but I think they've really enjoyed you know, the challenge of trying to win a medal for first up. But yeah, we've got there, and I think there'll be a bit of a jumble sale at the end when we give out the medals, and we will, you know, while I'm on here, we will send round any medals that aren't awarded today to the individual schools.
I've told the story about the podium that Mr. May kept trying to throw it away and you kept taking it out the skip.
Yeah, indeed. It did go into a skip. I've resurrected it. It's been painted. It's got the Diamond League logo on it. And yeah, it's making its appearance here at K2.
It's the only reason you started the Diamond League to use that podium.
Yeah, probably.
So we're into the junior boys now. Junior boys 100 metres. And in first place here, Hurstby Point currently on 30 points. Seaford in second with 22 points. Online third with 18. And Worth with 16. So again, some medals up for grabs here. What's your one tip if you were doing the relay for these teams? What do they need to focus on?
Well, it's really interesting now with a 30-metre takeover box. You know, I mean, there are specialist positions within this. If you do the first leg, you know, you could do not much more than 60, 70, maybe 80 metres and hand over to someone who might nearly do 120 metres. So, you know, there is a bit more to it these days than just, it isn't really a 4x100 anymore, is it? You know, people do shorter legs and longer legs. So, I mean, my tactic would be to put your fastest runner on the first changeover, i.e. the second leg, and then probably on the fourth leg. So let's see how this all materialises. The first leg's very much a 60-metre sprint, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. And you get you tend to have those 200-metre, 400-metre runners who potentially are better on there because of the bend. But then, again, like you say, it's a shorter distance, maybe more compact.
Oh my God!
It might have been a false start, yeah. Okay, stop boys, stop boys.
Who's that? We're continuing to run. That's the second one we had today. We had the nervousness of the inter-boys 100 and we had a stop, but fantastic. Great to have the parents and stuff back here to watch. I think it's fantastic that they'll get the opportunity to actually see their sons and daughters run again, isn't it?
Oh, look, it's been a cliche from all the professional sportsmen, men and women we see on the TV saying it's great to have fans back. You know, school sport is about not just the sport, but it's about the relationship with the spectators, and we've had to cordon them off a little bit, but I think they're more than happy just to be back and watching, and it just adds to the atmosphere having spectators, you know, applauding and cheering on their sons and daughters.
Yeah, I agree. So we've chatted to every other school. So you just want to say a bit about what Hurst has been doing or was doing during the lockdown stuff to keep the kids active and just sort of sane and everything.
Oh, look, I think it's been the same for all schools. You know, we've had to almost chameleon-like change with the changing landscape, and I think hopefully we've done a fairly good job. It's the toughest classroom to recreate, isn't it, the sports arena? So through lockdown and remote learning, we've tried to engage our kids through you know, Teams calls, videos of you know, of exercises they can do. We've been sending out, well, yourself, you know, the host of our sports quizzes. We did 8 sort of question of sports quizzes. We've done a virtual Diamond League. In fact, we did a virtual Diamond League last summer where people handed in their results.
Does that count towards this one? We'll change the results. Tell Miss Franks, change the results.
It was really good fun, and athletes were really creative about what they could do during lockdown.
So I think looking at this race here, I think a bit of a slow changeover at the third one there for Hurst.
The changeover could make the difference here.
Yeah, between
Let's see how we get on. Seaford have got it, and
Oscar Mann against Javelin, I think.
Closing him down. So this is a great run. Oh, this is going to be close.
This is tight. Mr. Baldanzi going to earn his money's worth on the. It's a great run by Oscar.
On the photo finish, well, no need for a photo finish in the end.
Maybe for third.
Yeah, good stuff. It's
really good run, isn't it? And we're saying another great thing about this is, like you can see some of these schools are putting in 2 teams for a relay race, and it's not just an A and a B string, and you can only send your 2 best. There is that opportunity for 5 athletes from a school who might be very good at long jump to compete.
Well, and you've touched on the thing that was the driving force behind the Diamond League in its inception, which was that we were trying to break away from that sort of traditional 2 athletes per school per event and trying to fit round pegs in square holes. You know, we were trying to ask kids to do things that they didn't necessarily want to do, and I think the idea here is that, you know, they compete in the events they want to compete in, and if a particular school doesn't have a 300-metre runner for an event, they don't have to put someone in. The pressure's off them, but if they subsequently have 4 really good javelin throwers, then they can all enter. So the idea behind it, cliched as it is it's about participation, but without the fear of letting your school down, because it's all about a team event. Essentially, athletics is a bit individual, albeit that you compete for your school. And this is about trying to get athletes across Sussex together in healthy, competition.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's great. So there you go. The medal ceremony happened even before then. That time it was like straight out the race, get your medals. So we've got that. So we're on to the Inter girls. Let's have a look at the standings so far. Seaford in first place on 30 points. Hurst with 28 points. Ardingly on 26, and then Worth and Birdstill are in fourth and fifth place on 10 points. But we've got, so by my maths, that would mean that the medals are basically going between Seaford, Hurst and Ardingly, but again, the opportunity for them to potentially swap around. So another big race here. Or is this another? Is this the Inters? Yeah, it will be the Inters. So hopefully we're going to get off first time this time. Yeah, and they're off that first time there. So Mayfield in the outside lane, looks like Ardingly, Lancing, Hurst, Seaford in lane 2 and Birdstill in lane 1.
Yeah, good run by the Seaford first runner there.
Yeah, some good changeovers there.
Yeah, not too bad.
So again, this is a real slog. You get given 120 metres to run, don't you? So
yeah, this could be interesting. Here we go.
I keep looking at the screen and I can only see something like that. Yeah, it's going to be tight round the final bend. Mr. Baldanzi, get yourself ready.
Looks like Ardingly and Seaford.
Ardingly, Seaford,
possibly Hurst
behind.
and Burgess Hill.
Good change over by Hurst.
Here we go.
So it could be tight one. Or it looks Ardingly, great run by the
Seaford,
Ardingly.
yep.
So it looks like we're going to have Ardingly 1, Seaford 2,
yep.
Hurst 3.
Yep, well run.
Oh, you're going to have a draw. You don't like draws because that doesn't work with the medals.
Well, we're fine.
I think that puts Seaford with Ardingly with 42, Hurst with 42, Seaford with 44. So I think Seaford will go home as
with the gold medal,
champions.
and then we need 8 silver medals.
Yeah, isn't it? It's tough. I'm sure you work it out. I might be wrong though. My maths is not very good. No, I am wrong. So it'll be Ardingly will go home with 42 points. Seaford go home with 44 points. Hurst get 12, 40. So
okay,
it's fine.
So
Hurst third overall.
Seaford, Ardingly, Hurst.
Correct. That's why you're the brains trust here. So probably just, I think all of the other schools have said it. It's just like a thank you to all the guys that are helping out here today. But yeah, just sort of saying how it's nice to have for all of the coaches just to get the opportunity to watch their own athletes, because a lot of the athletes will run the stuff themselves, running their own warm-ups, like looking after the younger ones. And I think do you think that's something with athletics is very, well, it's different to other team sports, because obviously you're competing with in a team with people who are in year 9 when you're in year 13.
Look, and this is probably me being a little bit biased, but the reason we have heavily staffed this event is so that the schools and their staff can actually concentrate on the athletics, and I think they've enjoyed that experience. So yes, I mean, it's all good, as they say.
So again, we could have some on-the-spot maths needed here. So Hurst are currently in first place in the Interboys with 28 points. Joint second, Ardingly and Seaford on 26, and Worth with 20 points in fourth.
And this is pretty much what it's all about, isn't it? Here we go. We're on, this is the third round of the Diamond League, the finals. And normally we would do 4, but because of COVID, we've done 3 this year. And everything's coming down to the final day, which is what it's really should be about.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously chatting with some of the coaches today, there are some of those top. If we head to the start for the start of the race, here we go. But yeah, some of the coaches saying that your best athletes will often be competing at clubs and stuff, but this gives an opportunity for those athletes who compete week in, week out to get those 3-10 points and come silver overall. So go the Inter boys. Good starts from all, I think. Good start from Worth as well.
Yeah, Worth and Hurst looking at control. No, really even break.
You get down that straight.
In fact, it looks like Seaford is
strong
that in
run
lane
from Seaford in
6 or 7.
6, yeah.
Oh, good change over Seaford. Well done. Looks like Seaford or have Hurst come outside the box. No, they're safe.
As we coming towards the home straight, it'll be a really close one. It looks like Seaford currently in first. Max
Good
Arnold
change over Hurst. That might make a difference. Oh, look at that. Seaford storming it.
So
it looks like Hurst in second. Oh, Ardingly Worth fighting it out for third. Looks like just Ardingly, I think.
How many gold medals have you got?
Well, we don't want anybody to go away empty-handed. So if there is a tie, we will.
I reckon the Seaford one, the Seaford and Hurst will win overall. Congratulations. So Seaford will probably take them home, and then the Hurst guys will get them later in the term.
Yeah.
Or we'll tell them that. And then Ardingly, I think, will then take home bronze. The annoying thing is you then have some spare silver medals because you don't give them out, do you? Because it's tied first, bronze. We could have them.
Excellent. Yeah, good idea. Maybe we'll change the date on them and we can bring them back next year.
Have you dated them?
Of course we have.
That's a rookie error, that, you know. I think that was a really close finish with the Ardingly just pipping Worth there. But here we get ready for the senior girls. So the penultimate race of this year's Diamond League, which has been a fantastic event all the way through. And again, like you say, it's great to have across all age groups lots of competitors. I think they've really missed that buzz and that competitive aspect.
The results are immaterial, particularly this year, because it's all about just getting them back out there and competing and being around each other, actually. The social aspect of sport is massive at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge, just being able to compete against those same people each week, make friends, etc. I know it sounds silly, but that's what it's there for. So currently Hurst are on 32 points, Eastbourne on 26, Ardingly on 26. So the medals will go to those three. So we just got to then wait and see who's going to come home with the gold, silver and bronze. Hurst did actually run a record in the first meet of 54.31. So potentially you could see another record go today. You're going to count in your head. Wow.
Well, and actually, ultimately, again, cliched, you're competing against yourself first and foremost, aren't you? You know, the opposition are there, and you try to win as well. But first of all, let's see if we can do a PB.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the thing, isn't it? So in team sports, you're competing against. So if Hurst are playing Seaford or whatever, they play them once a year in rugby, and you have to wait another year. Whereas this time, you're doing it 3 times in a season. You're seeing them every time. Then you'll still get the opportunity to compete against yourself, aren't you?
We've definitely seen better athletics today because of the finality of it. The fact that this is, you know, there are medals up for grabs.
So penultimate race about to start. So good start. Anna Jameson there for Hurst on the first leg, really running down the Ardingly and the beads.
And is that Seaford out on the outside? Yeah, good change over there. Looks like Hurst, Seaford maybe, I think.
White flags on the changeover, which is always good to see.
Burgess Hill on the inside.
Burgess Hill on the inside, and then it looks like Ardingly have just a really good run by the Ardingly runner there. So Hurst out in front, and if they can hold on to this, hopefully they'll go home with and also Hurst is great. They've got a lot of girls running who aren't actually in the. Here's our ex-commentator.
Oh right,
Flo Rathbone.
Go Flo, go Flo.
Flo running in. So as Flo comes down the home straight, and Eastbourne looking to take.
Not sure about the hoodie there, Mr. Chadwell. I think that's yeah.
So Eastbourne in second, Ardingly third. So that goes true to form there. and it does mean that Hurst will go ahead and take the gold medals. Eastbourne have just pipped Ardingly in the final meet to get the 14 points to come second, and then Ardingly will go home with the bronze. So really good race, and those girls have been the top 3 teams throughout the 3 events. So that's great to see.
Okay, Nick, I think I do need to go. Thank you firstly for commentating. Thanks to CheersMate for doing the live stream. I think it just adds to the event, so excellent all round. A big thank you to everybody in terms of the competition, the competitors, the schools, all the staff at the various schools for making this happen, and also to the officials, I have to say, and most of them from Hurst, helping with the event today. Hopefully everybody goes away happy, and next year hopefully the Diamond League goes from strength to strength and we get back on track. I am just going to make a plug. We are looking maybe for a sponsor for the Diamond League moving forward. We do incur some costs here, and I'm very keen to grow this event. One of my wishes is, if at all possible, to get prep schools involved with this as well, because I think it can grow. We can't have, we can't be here till midnight, but we can grow this, and I think it will only go from strength to strength into the future. So I'm looking at developing it into maybe year 7 and 8 going forward, and additional schools. And I'm hoping to welcome back Christ Hospitals, who unfortunately because of their lockdown protocols haven't been here this year. And Hannah, we want to have you back here as soon as possible, so Christ Hospital hopefully will rejoin us again next year. And maybe 1 or 2 of our local state schools who, Warden Park, I know, have come on one occasion, and we were trying to grow the event and get more athletics. So a big thank you to everybody, and a big thank you to you, Mr. Chad. Well, I've now got to go and do some
tidy up.
Yeah, you've got it. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
Take
Cheers. So into the final race of the 2021 Diamond League season. This is the senior boys relay. First place currently, Ardingly, led by their talisman sprinter on the final leg, who have won both races so far. Very close though, behind them by less than a tenth of a second on both occasions is Hurstbeer Point, with Jamie running the final leg, and he's going to really look to try and challenge here. In third place, Seaford with 24 points, and then just behind them is Eastbourne and then Ardingly. So as we head into this final race, we'll get ready for the start, and they're off. We'll just, here we go. So here's to watch out for. No gap is too wide for someone to catch. So good start by Ardingly, and a bit of a difficult changeover. Looks like Seaford out there, and again, as we come round that corner, around that final bend, we'll see what sort of position we're in. Okay. The 2 teams are riding like we've got here. If we head to the front, we can see it looks like it's going to be really tight between. So Jamie Arnold gets the baton first. Timmy's going to try and chase him down. We'll see what happens. So Jamie Arnold leading for Hurst, really powering through. Timmy Easton trying to chase him down. It's going to be really tight as they run towards the line. What a way to finish the final diamond. Oh, he's taking a tumble there. I, again, have no idea. There is no better way for us to finish what has been a fantastic 3 meets. Jamie's not sure. We're going to try and take a look. Timmy has flown over the line there, and that's what I'm saying. Jamie probably had a 5-6 metre head start there with a really good run by the 3 other Hurst runners, and we're just going to see whether or not, can we see from our replay, it's not going to be that close. It's going to be really tight. Oh, it's beyond the dip. We'll have to watch. We'll wait and see. Here, we'll see what happens. We can tell that you can see the crowd of people around the iPad. Decision's been made. I think it's Hurst first, and a great run by Timmy from Ardingly and the rest of the Ardingly team, and they've just been pipped there, but it's fantastic. They will still go home though as the champions with 2 first places and 1 second place. Hurst will take home the silver medal, and I believe I got so excited that I missed the rest of it, but I think Seaford came in 3rd. So well done to Seaford. They've absolutely given those 2 other, the Hurst and Ardingly, a really strong race throughout, and they've come home as 3rd. See the excitement. Jamie Arnold, he is the nicest kid in the world. He is absolutely stoked about that. And you can still see those boys with a smile on their faces. A couple of scratched elbows, I think, for Timmy there, but a great run by those senior boys. that is the end of the 2021 Diamond League season. Just to say a big thank you from everyone here at the Diamond League, to all the competitors, to all the parents, for everyone who's watched at home, to all the coaches, and then also to CheersMate Productions, who have done a great job here in terms of getting us these fantastic footage. So have a lovely rest of your day, and hopefully we can welcome you all back in situ next year. See you later.